now. From one music city to another, welcome, as Formula One was racing in Spain, where the music very much is at the heart of the beat of a señorita. IndyCar was racing in Motown. Now, NASCAR races in Music City. Welcome to another end of a perfect day. What are we going to see as we get ready to go racing for yet more 400 miles? Yes, hello everybody and welcome to NASCAR here at Nashville. Super speedway, but it's really a super speedway. That's how difficult it is to turn in, and we're in for what is going to be, I think, a classic race. JT providing the tunes in the background as well, and DJ JT. We're in for a cracking weekend now, aren't we? We've got a great race ahead of us. Averages out of 10 cautions every time we come here. A 3-hour race, sometimes 4. We've got a 4.5-hour window to get this race in. Boy, oh boy, are we going to have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, looking ahead to it, it should be a good one. As cars getting ready, we are around, well, we are exactly 25 minutes away from the start of this race.
Yep, and the build-up show taking exactly 5 minutes. We see, look, we're actually planned for something today as well. So, meantime, while me and JT gear up to call this race, JT might not be staying for all of it, however, because it is very late at night and he does need sleep, so he might disappear.
I will probably end up doing it all.
Yeah, it's pretty much how it works, but it's going to be a different style of how today works as well. Me and JT will be filling in the ad breaks, we'll do the shouty bits, but we'll sort of half and half the commentary with the Prime team and us as well, so that you at home get the best experience possible in these 5 races where Prime is sponsoring the NASCAR television broadcasts. Let's head down, though, and join our pre-race ceremonies, starting off down there in the pit lane.
But Jeff Dickerson and I, he reminds me every single time, good or bad, we are going to win races in championships. There's no timeline with him. I'm the harshest critic I am, and he just goes, unacceptable. We qualified 22nd, and then he just he goes over the top to make it just sound like, yeah, that's dumb. I don't know why I'm so hard on myself, but he reminds me every given day that we're going to win races, we're going to win championships. Just how we do that and how long it takes is really on us right now.
Awesome. I told you he was excited to meet you. Can you let him go get in the car, please?
Yeah,
he has a job to do. Starting 26 tonight, Carson Hosevar. Thanks so much. Race fans at the Logitech G Display and the Fan Zone were able to test their skills with iRacing simulators and had the chance to meet William Byron. As the official wheel and pedal of eNASCAR, Logitech G is putting fans in the driver's seat at NASCAR tracks all season long. Scan the QR code to save on gaming products by Logitech G on Amazon now. And guys, guess what? Our friends at Logitech send some G923 racing sims here for fans to take home. I know you guys down there cannot wait to get your hands on them too. Right now, let's send it down to Kim Kuhn, who's with Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah, and Ricky, currently since 10 points to the good on the playoff standing, you've exceeded a lot of people's expectations. But as you look at where the team is versus where you want to be, how would you measure it?
We're exactly where we want to be. We're not, I wouldn't say we got here exactly how we wanted to do it, but other than we've executed really, really well, and that's a testament to what we were trying to do this offseason, just making sure that we experience is paying off. Mike and I are working really well together. Our whole team at Hayek Motorsports is working really, really strong. We got a good NOS and Easy Drink available at Amazon. Camaro here for this weekend, qualified well 2 weekends in a row. So we're starting to find our speed a little bit, and I think that's what was, we were lacking it at times in certain races, but I think we're slowly gaining on it. So to be where we are in points right now and where we're sitting, I'm really happy about. Still a lot of work to be done, though. We're going to keep bringing cars to the racetrack, and, our single data point that we have every weekend, we go back to the shop and huddle up together and see if we can't come up with something better for the next week. So my guys are doing a great job, and it's going to be a good one here in Nashville tonight.
RSJ making his 450th Cup Series start this weekend. Marty?
Kim, Christopher Bell used the word optimistic after Charlotte with the improvements at the intermediate tracks for Joe Gibbs Racing. Do you sense an even further improvement coming tonight?
I think we've got a really good DeWalt Camry, that's for sure. It's going to be a tough race. It's a very long race. 300 laps here is a long time. And we saw last year that track position can get flipped and get flipped in a hurry. So it's a matter of being in position at the end of the race. Seems like there's a lot of really competitive cars that are in that same box. So I'm sure any one of those guys can get put out front and lead a lot of laps. So I hope it's mine.
Danielle leading 131 laps last year. He certainly was one of the cars to beat.
No question about it, Marty. Thanks. And check out my two Nashville Cowboys. Men of the people. Handing out those Logitech G steering wheels and pedals to some awesome kids that are part of a sellout crowd. Anthem and Flyover are next.
Yeah, absolutely. As we getting ready for pre-race ceremonies here in Nashville, and we welcome JB back in. Hello.
Timing. Just going to say timing of that. To go in and get my drink, which is a big, massive Stanley Cup.
There you go.
See, look, JT's got the look at it.
And my...
JT, I'm an idiot.
Go on.
This just proves how sleep-deprived I am, viewers. I saw this on the desk that I had today during the Formula 1 and the IndyCar. This is my drink. It's empty. So I went in and refilled it and popped it down. I thought, oh, good, perfect. Just got in that in time.
Yep.
Forgetting I brought an entire bottle of lemonade to the commentary box when I came in earlier on. That's how sleep-deprived I am, dear viewers. Go on, JT.
JT's mini fridge is a tuna crunch sub roll, 4 mini pork pies, a can of Pepsi Max Cherry, and a Mars chocolate milk drink.
I've got a penguin and a packet of cheese and onion crisps.
But you don't have a mini fridge.
Well, we've got a TARDIS mini fridge.
But not in your studio.
No. Every time you open it, though, does it go woo, woo? I don't think it does.
It doesn't.
No, well, there you go. It's really hard in the middle of the night, though. That's why we don't use it that often. Our fridge broke once. We had to keep Dad's insulin in it as well. It was really funny. 2 o'clock in the morning, we could hear the TARDIS dematerialising. And David Tennant saying, I'm not just a Time Lord, I'm the last of the Time Lords. It was quite funny. Don't forget, this is the first 10 as well coming through. We will get all the coverage back for the race details, but it's about time that we head down for pre-race ceremonies as we'll head up to the com box. Is Jack with us? I don't actually know because it's such a late night.
Yes, I am.
Jack!
I'm just silently existing.
Hello,
Who
Jack!
absolutely missed an amazing intro to the broadcast.
You did. Go back and watch it while we hand down.
I will send it to you.
It was epic.
I need to watch this then.
So,
Sound on.
Sound on, of course. And with sound on, let's head down for pre-race ceremonies.
And current Cup Series driver Corey LaJoie. We're so close to the green, Carl. What are you looking for tonight?
Nashville Superspeedway is difficult. It's tough. It takes an experienced person to win it, and that will be Denny Hamlin tonight.
And we've heard Ross and Kyle both in their previous interviews say how edgy they are, and they don't have a lot of confidence in there, so we might see some guys wreck tonight.
Now it's time for the invocation with public address announcer. Let's send it over to Chase McCabe.
Please rise as you are able. Remove your hats and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome from the 2D Combat Engineer Battalion, Chaplain Nathan Huffman.
Let us pray. Eternal and everlasting God, thank you for bringing us together here in the Music City to feel the power and the spirit of competition. Bless these drivers and the crews today. Keep them sharp, safe, and strong as they chase that checkered flag. And this Marine Week, we give thanks for our sailors and Marines who've seized distant shores and carried freedom's banner high these past 250 years. Bless this race, bless our warriors, and God bless the United States of America. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from the 2D Marine Aircraft Wing Band, Sergeant Elizabeth Marino.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And the flyover from the Marine Light Attack Helicopter Squadron 773. We'll be right back with the command to fire engines.
And they didn't say what helicopters they were, but they looked like a Lynx and an Apache. But
I'll take your word for that. As you know, your helicopter's better than anybody, my friend. Right, let's have a look then at what this circuit has to offer and exactly what the drivers are taking on at the Nashville Super Speedway. Very much an intermediate circuit, as JT was telling us earlier on during the IndyCar broadcast as well. There's not a lot of this track though, JT. That changes year upon year. The racing pretty much is generic.
yeah, absolutely. And well, we can have the big one, which we had yesterday in the NASCAR Xfinity. And well, I can identify an Apache when I see one because, well, literally half an hour down the road from me, and my school is right on the fly past of where the Apaches are based in the UK. So having them fly over at like 400 feet like every day, just at random times, is pretty cool.
I love that you have that. I'm jealous upon the half as well. Just coming to you then, Jack. Welcome to you. This is going to be quite an interesting race, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've had some pretty good racing throughout the entire day, to be honest, in all the different series. Hopefully that continues this time out at Nashville.
These fingers crossed. Last time we were here, not many cautions actually, but they average a lot, don't they, JT? 10, 11. Last time, only 4.
Yeah, and I've just had a look at Jeff Gluck. I screwed up this flyover video because I didn't expect them to be so low. Sorry, at Bob Potgrass.
Oh, Jeff. Bob is over at Detroit covering the IndyCar and is not here for... he's missing quite a lot as he covers the new championship. Now Fox has moved over their coverage. But anyway, let's head back downstairs to the Prime team.
Well, welcome back for just the 5th Cup Series race at NASCAR's Nashville Super Speedway. Think about that in context to the Coke 600 a week ago, where we've been running it for 66 years. So it's going to be a fun place to run a night race tonight. Carl, who do you have your eye on?
Well, I was talking about Denny Hamlin for a couple of reasons. It's such a difficult racetrack. It takes everything you've got, all the experience, the discipline. He's been so fast here. He's been fast of late. He's got a baby on the way. He's just loving life with the speed in this number 11 car. I really think a veteran is going to take it. Like I said, it's Denny Hamlin. I got $5 you're going to pay me if he wins this thing. This is going to be great.
Well, Denny is second in 10-lap average. I'm going to take the guy that's first in 10-lap average, and that's Tyler Reddick. He needs to turn that season around, and I think he does it tonight. Tyler Reddick, ladies and gentlemen, is here like the front half of his haircut, all business. We're going to see all business out of Tyler Reddick tonight.
Well, Denny has a little boy on the way. Tyler and his wife, Alexa, just welcomed their second baby boy. They announced it just a few hours ago, a little boy named Rookie. Let's send it up to a trio of veterans. It's time for the boys in the booth to take over. It's Steve Letarte, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Adam Alexander.
Thank you, Danielle. Of course, today we turn the calendar to June. We reach the second half of the regular season in NASCAR. I look at the schedule, and the tracks coming up are really tough. So what do drivers face tonight here at Nashville, Dale?
Well, the concrete's a real challenge for the drivers. It provides such a limited amount of grip compared to the asphalt we traditionally run on. And the bumps, really, really rough racetrack, especially over the tunnel in 3 and 4, and a new bump off of turn 4, Steve. The drivers are talking about it in practice, giving them a lot of problems.
Yeah, the challenges for the drivers are going to be on display. We're going to see it all night long, but it doesn't get any easier for the men on top of the pit boxes. This is truly a riddle. We've seen green flag runs. We've seen 5 overtimes a year ago. You don't know if this will be a caution-filled race, a green flag race, and the tires just lose so little grip that it's all about fuel conservation. Really not sure what type of race you're going to see.
Now let's go with drivers to watch in tonight's race. There are some really good ones starting up there at the front.
Yeah, Ross Chastain is one of them, starting 5th, coming off that 600 Coke win. I wrote them off, honestly. Didn't think the team had what it took. He publicly criticized his team. They have turned it around, and now sitting here, possibly winning 2 in a row. He's 3 top 5s in the last 4 races here with a win. So a strong run tonight from Ross Chastain could be coming.
Well, you said it. Last week, turned the season around for Ross Chastain. This race a year ago turned the season around for Joey Logano. This was his only regular season win. This is what created that berth in the playoffs that carried on to a championship for Joey Logano. So he doesn't look great on the speed charts, but they know how to manufacture finishes. I don't put anything past the 22.
4 races here at Nashville, 4 different winners. The guys you talked about, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano won the last 2. But I want to go back 2021. Kyle Larson. I mean, he's starting 28th tonight. We haven't talked about him all weekend.
I'm perplexed. Dale said that earlier in the meeting. I thought it was the perfect word because he's just not as fast as he normally is. So is this a new average Kyle Larson? Because it'll be the first time ever. Or are they hiding something? Or are they going to be better?
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous with the speed they had at practice and qualifying. But this is Kyle Larson we're talking about, man.
I'm not jumping off the bandwagon. I can promise you that.
Don't give away your seat yet.
And hey, starting 28th, he's going to put on a show driving to the front for all of us. We're about ready to go in Nashville. Let's send it trackside for the command.
And now, here to say the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome 4-time Academy of Country Music Award nominee and top-selling singer-songwriter, Ernest.
Nashville, Tennessee, the sun does shine on Music City, and drivers, start your engine!
The engines have fired. It's a sold-out crowd. We are ready to rock in Music City. The green flag comes your way next.
The NASCAR Cup Series travels to the Music City to race at Nashville Superspeedway. This 1.33-mile tri-oval, built in 2001, has a concrete surface unique to this track, which is designated as a superspeedway like others that are paved with black asphalt. The sweeping corners allow multi-groove racing where momentum and finding speed are key to staying ahead of others that will be searching for ways around you. We talked with Zane Smith about the challenges of Nashville Superspeedway.
I love Nashville. It's just definitely one of my favorites. That was my best finish last year, almost somehow winning that race, and I felt like that was the race that really turned my year around. From what you practice there to what the race turns into is so much different. It takes rubber differently than any other place that I've experienced, and your driving style just changes throughout the race, especially if you get into the night. It's always a really hot one, and so as the day cools down, the track changes and your driving style changes.
Last year, there was a record 5 overtime restarts. Joey Logano's team gambled and did not pit to stay up front for the restarts. They were unsure if they had enough gas to reach the checkered flag. Logano made it to the checkered flag 0.068 seconds before Zane Smith to secure his spot in victory lane. He even had enough fuel for a burnout. What strategies will we see play out today, and who takes the win and gets the new guitar trophy? Let's watch and find out.
We're getting set then as well for the start procedure. And let's get final thoughts. JT, who do you reckon is going to be hot or not tonight?
I've gone for the win, Denny Hamlin.
Good pick. I think Hamlin's got a good chance. What about you, Jack? Who you've gone for?
I didn't even do my pick of winners this week, but I'll go for a random guess. I would personally think that... I honestly think... I'm going to go with JT. I'm going to say Denny Hamlin. I think he's probably the best pick.
Now, I'm having to use my iPad for my notes this evening as well because our printer's decided that it won't do colour ink. So I'm having a little bit of an interesting time trying to get things sorted as I'll just turn on JT's camera because it was set up for the Xfinity. Hello, JT.
Hello.
I'm having to use my iPad, and anybody knows me knows I'm a paper person, not an iPad person for it. But 4 wins. We've had 4 different race winners here across the 4 different races. We've had 3 different pole sitters. Chase Briscoe once again starts the pole. It's a circuit where you just sort of you fall into repetition almost, but then right the last second it goes, nope, surprise, you can have a different race winner. It's a crazy race.
Yeah, it is, and here in Nashville, just expect the unexpected. Sometimes we have tons of caution, sometimes we don't. That's just how it is.
Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. They are the last winners at this circuit as well. Margin of victories, the smallest was last time out as well, 0.068, Jack. It was again another close finish and we're expecting the same here tonight.
I'm just hoping we'd have to do 5 overtimes to get to that close finish personally.
Yeah.
It was incredibly painful to watch. Was I commentating on that one? I think I was.
I think you were, off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
that was painful to watch that. That said, I agree with Zane Smith in that second place finish really turned his year around, to be honest. Like, at that point in the year, I don't think he had a single top 10.
Not as far as I remember, no. He didn't have one coming through.
Fair play to him.
So it changes up. Say that though, Denny Hamlin has won the pole here twice before, so we've had new pole sitters.
Oh, for God's sake.
He starts second on the grid, and he's on the grid now. You know what I'm doing, didn't you?
Man, I know you're excited. You got your 3rd baby on the way, and that could happen any minute. I know there's been a lot talked about this weekend on whether you'd even be racing today. What are the nerves right now?
You're really just excited about the opportunity to win. Obviously, I had a great car yesterday, qualified well, practiced well, you know, and got a lot of good things going on. So, love to cap it off with a win tonight.
Well, man, you have been great here over the last several years, and kind of want to know what's the most important thing you need your car to do tonight?
I think just, you know, ramping the bottom is going to be something that's important. Of course, I'm going to have to move around when we're in traffic, but having a car that can stay on the bottom, stay planted there, get through traffic, when we get to lap traffic, that's going to be key.
Thanks so much for giving us some time before the race, bud. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
And now we get to our Cracker Barrel starting grid for tonight's Cracker Barrel 400. Mentioned Hamlin on the front row. He's there with his teammate Chase Briscoe, who got his 3rd pole of the season yesterday. New track record. Row 2, William Byron, the championship leader, with Tyler Reddick from the Toyota camp, looking for his 1st win of the year. Ross Chastain in row 3 with Brad Keselowski. Chastain won this race 2 years ago. Got the Coke 600 last Sunday night. Row 4, Christopher Bell led the most laps, won a couple of stages here last season. He's in row 4 with Michael McDowell. And row 5, Joey Logano, last year's champ, last year's Nashville winner. Chris Buescher in row 5 as well. Let's go to Kim.
Well, points leader William Byron coming off that runner-up finish last weekend after having the dominant car. And despite that 2nd place finish being bittersweet, Crew Chief Rudy Fugal told me last week was confirmation of everything the team does right. But they're always looking for more. So they comb through the final 50 laps of last week's race together to get better, to identify things they can expect and circumvent next time William finds himself with similar obstacles on track. All that making them extra hungry this weekend at Nashville.
Let's continue the lineup in row 6 here. 2022 winner at Nashville, Chase Elliott with 23, Bubba Wallace. In row 7, Ricky Stenhouse, man, he's been tearing it up this year, doing great with Eric Jones, who just turned 29 on Friday. Row 8, Ryan Blaney, the best car in practice, many others thought. Also, Austin Cindric from Orangeville, North Carolina back there. In row 9, A.J. Allmendinger, he had a lot of inspection issues on Saturday, going to serve a penalty at the start of the race. And number 7, Justin Haley. And then in row 10, Ryan Preece, 5 top 10s in 2025. And Josh Berry, a home race for Josh here. We're going to go down to Trevor for more on AJ.
AJ Allmendinger came into this weekend with all kinds of momentum after that 4th place finish at the Coke 600. But on Saturday, as they rolled that 16 Chevrolet out the pit road, NASCAR saw something going on with the splitter that they did not like, made them go back to the garage with that car, and then hit them with a penalty for unapproved adjustments. This team sits just 13 points below the cut line, and you're going to see the 16 car drop to the rear and then serve a stop-and-go penalty once the field takes the green flag. Essentially, a one-lap penalty, not what you want to do for a team this close to the cut line for a 400-mile race.
We'll keep an update on that penalty. Continuing with the grid in row 11, driving that iconic number 3 out of Richard Childress Racing is Austin Dillon. Next to him, Ty Gibbs in the 54. Shane Van Gisbergen will be next to Alex Bowman back in row 12. Kyle Busch, Carson Hocevar. A lot of excitement back here in row 13 as we watch those two try to move to the front. Zane Smith will be in row 14 next to Kyle Larson all the way back at 28. Cole Custer and Noah Gregson make up row 15, Marty.
Mid-pack start for Alex Bowman in 24th, and he said, honestly, I feel like our practice pace was pretty good. Maybe the best we've ever had at
Random loss of audio. It comes
Nashville,
through.
but qualifying in that first group is so tough. He said, I'll admit, not my best track here at Nashville, but I think we'll race way better than we qualified.
Thank you, Marty. And now we go back to row 16. Ty Dillon making his 500th NASCAR start. He's there with Daniel Suarez. Made his 300th start in the Cup Series last week. Row 17, you got Corey Year. Cody Ware at the beginning of this race. John Hunter Nemechek, 2 top 10s of the last 3 races. Row 18 is where he is with Todd Gilliland. And row 19 tonight, Riley Herbst, J.J. Yaley. Herbst, a rookie from Las Vegas. And rounding out the field tonight from Knoxville, Tennessee, is Chad Fincham in the 66.
Almost ready to go then. Pace car
Ready to
doing
roll
laps.
them off. So with that, talk a little strategy. We get the Subway track facts, Stevie.
Yeah, 300 laps make up the entire race. 90 laps stage 1, 95 stage 2, 115 stage 3. Fuel window 70, 75. Here in some cars, maybe even up to an 80. We'll have to see. In pit road, 45 miles per hour. Probably the story of this pit road, pretty big box. It's the tricky entry. We see green flag pit stops. Really pay attention to the challenge to get off this concrete banking onto that flat pit road.
All set then. Are you ready? Because this is going to be a fun one. From the Motor City to the Music City, will we see another Motown masterpiece? Let's find out. Revs are up, ready for a start. As we go green in Nashville. Good start from Chase Briscoe. Denny Hamlin coming down low. Byron and Reddick immediately trying to find a way through. Byron on the low line, sweeps in. 300 laps ahead of us. First stage at 90 laps as well as they charge back up the back straightaway. And Logano keeps in low. Okay, that was a better start than what we were expecting, JT. A much smoother control.
And same what we saw in the Xfinity yesterday. The top 5 already starting to pull away. Side by side, that is Keselowski getting involved, and Ross Chastain, and already down the pit road is the 16 to serve that drive-through penalty stop and go, which they'll do now. And off he goes.
There we go. So the drive-through penalty's been served. Jack, nice smooth start from everyone.
Yeah, so far, everyone, 38 of the 39 cars took the start. If you want to know what I was saying, about, JJ Yaley's car wouldn't start, so he's already been gone behind the wall. First we have start and parks, now we have push and parks.
So now they're changing.
And here comes the 16 off pit road, going to probably lose.
Apparently, Amazon's mics aren't as great because not pick up the track noise. There's been some sort of issue trackside, so hopefully we'll hear that fixed shortly. Larson nearly touching the wall. He's dropped back massively, falling back. His Carl Larson. So he's dropped 2-3 places already off the back stretch, JT. He'll have to find some traction.
Yeah, absolutely, and he drops down behind the 51 and the 99, right at the back of the field. I believe he will now be 37th. Here's a replay, JB.
So watch him. He's in the middle of the pack. The rear steps out. He's trying to get ahead of the 54, and there's just a little contact from the back of the 38 as well, and then he just snaps out. It was good reaction, Jack, not to go into the wall.
Yeah, did well there. I mean, Larson, I will say, I don't know if it's just me, but oh goodness me, Chastain. But no, Larson for me has just not really been the same since the Indy 500. I know it's only been 2 races, but he has just been he's been visiting the wall a lot more in the last recent event.
Yeah. Go on, JC. What have you got?
Callum Ilott on Twitter.
Oh, what's he
Oh
doing?
no, what's he said now?
Not ideal. I was having a wheelie. Good race.
Oh my. Okay, ban him from Twitter, everyone.
Well, at least he's being nice and calm.
And the Detroit GP has a new 3-year deal with the city of Detroit through 2028, with an option for 3 more years beyond that.
To be honest with you, they've sold me kind of this year. It was a good race.
I agree.
Yeah.
That was a really good race. As well as that, speaking of that race, JT, did you see Tony Kanaan and Scotty Mack beefing on Twitter?
No, I did not.
Find it. It is quite funny.
One thing I learned today was the fact is that it looks like the Barcelona circuit is actually staying on the calendar. They've got 1 more year on their contract, and it looks like it's going to be the European Grand Prix. So there we are.
I was going to say, bring back the European Grand Prix. Catalan Grand Prix, nope. European Grand Prix, F1 heritage right there.
Yeah, Catalan Grand Prix more is the MotoGP route of that circuit. Carl Larson's just sent it round the outside as well.
Oh my God, Tony Kanaan, calm down.
What did Tony Kanaan reply to him with?
He replied to Scott McLaughlin with, misjudged last week, misjudged this week. At least you got a weekend off to square that away. I came looking for your team principal to have a chat, but I couldn't find him. Oh wait, ...
Oh, that's on the nose, isn't it? As well,
That's savage right there. I love it.
So, Briscoe leading, Hamlin, Byron, Reddick, Bell, Elliott, McDowell, Logano, Chastain and Keselowski as your top 10 as things currently stand here at the opening 9 of 30 laps. And don't worry, I'm annoyed too about the noise in the background. Something's gone on. JT,
as he goes around the race.
Yeah, they've lost trackside microphones, NASCAR. They're only on onboards. They've lost trackside stuff. So that's why you're hearing some differences in the background. I'll try and reduce it so it's a bit different. And if we can, is there any onboard cameras?
Yeah, I've got it as well.
Yeah, good. So there's a lack of audio from the track. It's a night race here. There are lights, and I remember this was actually the first track I ever called a NASCAR race at. Believe it or not, solo.
On USON?
On USON, Nashville, a couple of years ago. I don't know if it was 2022 or 2023. I think it was one of the two. But myself and Joe Sammiego came into the commentary box, commentated on the race. 9 hours we were sat in this commentary box for. 9 hours because of the rain delay. And we got out and it was bright sunshine. So let's hope we don't have that today as Kyle Busch gets out
lollipops
ahead.
and rainbows?
Sunshine, lollipops and rainbows.
No copyright because we're on NASCAR.
Yep, so we can do whatever we like. That's why we opened it with Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And believe me, there'll be a couple of more songs on the evening as well here. We couldn't do it during the IndyCar, but we can do it during the NASCAR. We've gone from Motown to Music City. And Kyle Busch, who actually looks like an Aldi battery right now. He does, doesn't he? As well, coming through. He moves up the order as well. Now, where's that put him on our timing screen?
That's the weirdest comparison I think I've heard all year.
But it works, doesn't it?
An Audi battery.
It does look like an Aldi battery. If you get one of the
I will
Aldi
say,
batteries.
I have some friends who are Bush fans, and they go into meltdown anytime they see the zone scheme on the car, because they know that wherever that scheme goes, bad luck follows.
Hang on a minute, I'm just trying to see if I've got any Aldi batteries in any of my remotes in the commentary box. I don't think I do, because they're all the original batteries. So that is a bit of a shame. But Audi batteries are basically blue and green, exactly like that. We've got a pack around here, actually, maybe. I don't know. Actually, I might have a battery in there somewhere. It's my commentary box. Let's think about it. JT, just get a picture, would you?
Cool shot.
That might do it better. Yeah, that tunnel, there's a bump. You can see where they filed down right on the racing line. And they were having some problem here a couple of years ago with a weeper. But it looks to be relatively okay now. Hey, we must be doing well. 3rd chatbot of the night. It's in the chat as well. in terms of people. Well, they target the streams when people are watching, so that's nice. Good morning, everybody. How's
Hey,
it going through?
chatbots, at least you still give us engagement.
Oh, we've got audio a little bit. A little bit more track audio coming.
You mean those
Hey!
ones?
Yeah, do you see what I mean? We've got track audio back, by the way.
That's blue.
Yeah, but there's a green version as well.
There's... Oh, these ones. These,
Yeah.
Those ones.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. See what I
Green
mean?
at the top.
Green at the top, blue.
No, I still can't see it. Sorry, JB.
He's wrapped in the packaging. What are you on about? Right, let's go back to the screen with the full timings and audios that we need so we can have a sit down and an argument in the commentary box. Right, I don't know what you mean. They are exactly the same.
Corporate needs you to find the difference between these two pictures.
They're both the same. they're literally both the same. I believe we already have audio because they've gone to ad break, so that could be annoying today. Great, what do we need to annoy us? Bad audio. Come back, Fox. Nothing is forgiven. Actually, I'd love to know in the chat, what did everybody make of the first Amazon Prime race? I enjoyed their coverage when I watched it.
Matthew Owens absolutely loved it, I can tell you.
It was
I'll
a
let
hot.
you know.
Yeah.
I loved it as well. From what I watched of it, it looked really good. It was great having Dale Jr. back in the box as well. I'd love hearing him commentate. Overall, literally just perfect every way around. Like, literally, I don't often say this, but literally it just trashed all over Fox.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, yeah. It was a vastly different comparison between the two.
And an hour of post-race.
Do you know, we spent longer on our post-race coverage for Formula 1 today than we did the actual build-up and Grand Prix.
There's a lot to talk about, though.
There was a lot to talk about, and we were waiting for the Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc news. So we literally just went on until IndyCar, didn't have a break.
I noticed you guys were in the box for a while. I was like, what are they doing in there?
We were waiting for the for the things to come through.
We finished F1, went straight to IndyCar, didn't move boxes.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
There was no point, really. We were literally like 30 seconds. JT had to start the stream, otherwise we wouldn't have made it on time.
There was a lot to talk about, though.
I mean, I would say, then again, you wouldn't know that there's an IndyCar box, but then I remembered you have the IndyCar commentator role, so you do know that there's an IndyCar box.
Yeah, I can see it.
Don't go quiet! Oh.
I assume there is one anyway. Like, any series you cover, I assume there's a box for anyway.
Okay, so do you assume that there's a GB3 box?
I don't think
Probably, yeah. I mean, only Omi has access to it.
There isn't.
I believe.
There's just an Omi. No, there's just an Omi box, and he's just got access. He just goes in there for all the junior theories.
I know the full list of commentary boxes we have for people who actually care about it.
We've got F1. Oh, are you going to read them out?
I'll do it. We've got some half-price cracked tires and miles of carbon towels. Oh, no one gets that joke. For F1, F2, F3, F1 Academy, Porsche, Supercup, MotoGP, Moto2, Moto3, Moto E, World Superbike.
Which never get used.
No, they never do. I don't know why we just don't delete them. World Superbike, Formula E, British Touring Cars, IndyCar, NASCAR, WEC, IMSA, and
which
two,
are joint.
Yeah, and two general commentary boxes and a USA commentary box. For the rare occasion that something goes, massively wrong with their broadcast, they need us to save them.
We should just make MotoGP
just be one box.
MotoGP / Moto2 / but then again we have different commentators with different websites.
I think MotoGP is sort of the same commentators, aren't they? But F1, F2, and F3 we have different commentators. Yeah.
Then again, we just stay in there whenever we want.
That's really annoying me that they've mucked up with the audio today. It really annoys me. I enjoy listening.
Especially how good a NASCAR sounds.
Yeah, that's really annoyed me that they've mucked it up today. To save
Best
it.
sounding car in all of motorsport.
And they've ruined it for us as well. So we've got the 19 coming through. Denny Hamlin is on baby watch. If he has to leave, Truex is on standby to take over. But baby might be arriving anytime soon. And, if he can start the race, he can't finish it. And it's not like IndyCar. A driver can get in and take over the car towards the end of the race. But Hamlin's running in P2. What would you think Denny Hamlin would do? Pull out of the lead of a race to go watch his baby born, or lock himself into the playoffs?
He's already locked in.
Oh, well, go then. I forgot about
He's already locked in.
JB.
Yes.
Should we just have this on, just in the background, just on repeat?
Yeah, I'll do.
It won't notice it doesn't sync with the pictures.
No, it's just a nice audio background. Denny Hamlin has led 265 laps at this circuit. Kyle Larson has led 264. So there's but Larson's only led here once, and Hamlin's led here 3 times over the years as well. Just as a stats pack for you that we get in our media information.
Okay, Chase Briscoe has now led more laps in 2025 than he did in 2024 with Stuart House.
That's the joy of the
I wonder
19.
why that is.
Well, the 19 machine's just got something about it, hasn't it? It's just the 19.
He's also taken more poles this year alone than he did in his entire Stuart Haas career.
You're going to make me find his stat sheet now, aren't you, on the commentary notes?
In other words, Joe Gibbs is quick. And so is Chase Briscoe.
Oh, I've got Chase Briscoe's notes. Do you know, they never put these in order of numbers. So it's really hard to try and... Chase Elliott.
Because that's easy.
I know, they never put them in the right
Do they
order.
do it alphabetically, as in last name alphabetically?
No, I don't know how they do it. It's just really ridiculous how they've done it.
So it doesn't go like...
It's entirely the wrong order.
No, okay.
And it's really sending...
Manufacturer?
I'm at Daniel Suarez right now, and I'm
Team?
at Bubba Wallace, JJ Early, and he's not even here. Hang on, have I gone past Chase Briscoe? Where is he?
AJ Yaley is at this track. He just went behind the wall before the race even started. I think he's back out on track, but I'm not sure.
Pit road.
Now they were concerned with their short run speed during practice, but felt that around lap 30, which we're coming up on, their car came to life. Looking pretty good on short run speed, though. Able to move up from 9th to 8th here. Spotter Coleman Presley really getting Joey to move around and change his entry some. Kim.
Chris Buescher running in the 12th position, and for this team, it's been a little bit of a sigh of relief this week. The appeals panel met for their penalty back from Kansas. That 60-point penalty was reduced to 30. Now they find themselves 6 points out of the playoffs after that appeal. And crew chief Scott Graves is back and told me this gives them a second chance. Right now, Buescher feeling good in terms of ride quality and balance on that Ford, Marty.
Kim, Team Penske driver Austin Cindric sitting in the 15th position. Chatted with Austin yesterday. Said, honestly, I feel like yesterday was one of the better practice sessions we've had at an intermediate track this year. We're solidly in the group that can run 5th to 15th, right where he is right now in the race today. And it was also interesting, he told me, everybody's talking about the bumps in 3 and 4. I didn't think they were any worse than last year. I felt they were no different. And how you navigate those bumps tonight, Adam, could be who gets to victory lane.
Cheers, guys, down there in the pits. Okay, yeah, so Daytona, he started on pole position, and Charlotte, he started on pole position, and here at Nashville, Chase Briscoe started on pole position. But his best finish of the year is only 3rd fast at the moment. And look at him where he is in the standings.
Where the rubber is on the bottom, but where the surface is cooler, I'd turn fine. If anything, I would like just a little bit more to lean on exit and entry.
Okay, that's Larson's radio that was coming through. Yeah, Briscoe runs 10th on 354 points as we currently stand as well. Yeah, he's literally page 5.
Cars in the top 10, 30, 40s. This car right here.
Third out of the 39. But I don't even know why, because he's not in that numbered order of 5th numbered.
Jacob Yoli going another lap down, so now 2 laps down.
Yeah, so far this year, Byron, Bell, Berry, Larson, Hamlin with a double at Martinsville and Darlington, then Larson again, Cindric, Logano, Larson and Chastain. They're your winners from the opening 13 races. This doesn't also count the All-Star race. Who won the All-Star race? Was it Logano?
Bell.
Bell won it. Of course Bell won it.
And Logano somehow got annoyed at what was one of the most basic short track moves in human history.
That was it, yeah. It was a good night, actually. I quite enjoyed it.
Oh, that was fun. A lot of fun, that race.
now we're seeing as well. The 60 coming down low, trying to pass the 47, so there's bound to be an accident coming shortly as well. Am I a bit too critical on Ricky Stenhouse?
He does wreck a lot, but I do like him.
Oh my god.
What now?
I know where he's going with this, viewers, so I'm letting JT know my reaction on the com cam. Yes, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
His owl picked up on it as well.
No, I was reading Twitter at the time.
I said his name correctly.
Oh, congrats.
We are ever so proud of you, JB.
Oh, thanks.
To be fair, like, I'm sure there's a few names in motorsport that I completely butcher.
Megan calls the Nürburgring the Nurembergring.
Okay, how do you even do that?
I have no idea. I just don't know how she did it. Oh, JT, by the way, if you care to look at the YouTube stream right now, I've got something to show you. Are you watching?
Hold on, let me just get it up.
Let's take a look at the weather radar, shall we? Oh, look, we're crystal clear.
Oh, you could have warned me before and I'd have played the soundbite.
Yeah, we got weather radar. But this is Formula E's team radar. But that little band is blowing into the circuit, coming towards Nashville.
It will be fine.
Yeah, well...
Stop talking about radar, you are embarrassing.
But no, meters per second of how much it's going down. No? Too much? Alright.
Let them race in the rain. I want to see some crashes. We want Daytona 2022 again.
For years, JT has owned a radar, but I've got one for when he's not here now. So every time he doesn't turn up, I've got a radar. So that's good.
I can tell you, as I need to find Nashville, there we are. It's in the middle.
I can hear
that vein is
yeah, go on.
Here, but it's going to bypass the circuit.
Good.
As we come to Nashville, we try to pass the fast.
What?
I don't know if I'll... Yeah, hold on.
To try to get this lead away. Take Briscoe to the top here around the 34.
And Denny should be able to turn to the bottom if the 34 gives him the bottom. That might be an overall gain.
I beg your pardon.
Looks like Gillen maybe, yep. Gillen's going to give him the top. Larson on pit road. Marty.
You see Kyle Larson pitting, and yes, did not make the progress we thought he might make once he had that one little slip up. This is a little on the early side of the window. 39 laps into the run, 51 to go in the stage. They can make it to the end of this stage, hitting here for Kyle Larson to maybe get some clean racetrack. But Steve, you think that's a little earlier than you thought they might have pitted tonight?
Earlier than I thought, just because there wasn't a lot of tire fall off, and shocking for the fives, he's going to go down 2 laps, which is a big risk. Now we see Briscoe, the leader on pit road. This will get everyone's attention. He's going to kind of set the standard. Doesn't want to give up that track position, Kim.
No, absolutely not. And remember, they made some pit road mistakes last week, so they are looking for perfection on pit road this week. Really no major feedback on the car's handling from Chase, but spotter telling him other cars have more roll speed through the center, but good job wrapping up a four fresh Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel for leader Chase Briscoe.
You see the reaction, Denny Hamlin, William Byron, kind of forced, right? If you're not going to run long and do something very off-cycle, then you need to follow Briscoe down pit road to not lose time, Marty.
No real complaints from Denny Hamlin, and we kind of saw that longer run practice speed show up here in the early part of the race as well. But once he called his teammate, he could go nowhere. William Byron in front of you, Jim.
And to fire off fighting way tighter than expected. In fact, he said, I need it freed up more towards the end of that run. He did say off the corner exit, it did start to get a little bit freer. William Byron done with service.
Scheduled green flag pit stops, 40 laps into stage 1.
Yeah, it's a 90-lap stage as well, so we'll keep on running as we go. We've got 258 remaining here at Nashville. JT has got news with the proper radar, as I'm sure he'd like to call it as well. So we've got your screen, JT. Talk us through it. What have you got for us?
I mean, as This is like, hold on.
Pit road.
This one possibly. Okay.
Oh,
right now you see that big wedge adjustment. Stenhouse saying the car way too free early in the race. A 47 leads to back out on the racetrack.
The last.
Bubba's in 2. Go on, JT. 4 tyres changing.
This one doesn't look to be. It's moving a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're round about going to be okay for rain today. Right? That's
It's
good news,
just
isn't it?
this one here, but if you
Yeah.
have a look at how it's.
We're in green flag pit stops. I'll have to pick this up in a second because pit stops are in. And in comes Logano.
Very careful judging the time of these pit stops. Everyone, even at the start of the race, on different fuel loads, Trevor.
Yeah, Joey Logano going a little long there on that run. Little preempt for Joey Logano right now. They were talking about getting that car better on exit, and this is the car they were referencing to. Rochester really good on exit right now. He's one of the first ones to move that entry line around as well that we saw earlier.
Sometimes it's challenging to come off the banking, make a pit stop here speeding for Bubba Wallace. He'll have to do a drive-through penalty here under green. Chase Elliott is in, Trevor.
Alan Gustafson said that the early part of their weekend is their challenge right now. If they're going to win races, they got to qualify better and run better in stage 1. They're doing that right now. Found themselves inside the top 6 for that whole run. Kim.
Michael McDowell coming off that top 10 finish at Charlotte, reporting he fired off free in turn 4 on exit, but the handling has worked its way back to him. He said the car is pretty decent right now. No major changes on this stop for Michael McDowell.
You talked about that pit entry. It's extremely aggressive coming off of the banking on the pit road. And if your car is sliding around, hopping, mashing the brakes is not an option, Marty.
Boy, Christopher Bell had to work around the car to get into a stall. Checked up a little bit. We'll see if that cost him any time on the track. The early part of the run, very good for Bell. He said, if anything, it's giving up turn 1 later in the run.
Tyler Reddick leading the race. He's up there with Blaney, Cindric, Ty Gibbs, Justin Haley.
Yeah, Reddick now on pit road. He's the car at the top of your screen. Right there's Reddick. Familiar 45, new partner with Pinnacle on the side, Marty.
When everybody else pitted, Steve, Billy Scott said, we're going to take advantage of this clean air and see if we can gain a little bit on this pit stop cycle. The short run was really good for Reddick. Kind of leveled off about 25 laps into the run and a little bit too free at the end of the run as well.
JT's got more news. He's just giving out the black flag. What have you got for us, JT?
Bubba Wallace not coming down pit road for his penalty, so they gave Bubba Wallace the black flag to force him to come down pit road.
Right. Well, that's just
Anyway,
Bubba not being Bubba. Go on. Right. What's this weather forecast telling us? Go for it.
Here's the projected. At the moment, this is the way it's travelling.
Just away from the circuit. That's close. That could change, but that looks good to me. Yeah, the 60 was all 4 wheels below that commitment line, Jack. So 9 times out of 10, they don't usually like that coming through. Surprised NASCAR haven't gone, hey, bit much there.
It's Nashville yellow line. It's fine.
So everybody has now completed their green flag pit stops. The race back under commercial way. We'll move back to our full main screen as well to tell you who's in and out, as Cole Custer was in there, as well as Riley Herbst, who's changing positions at the front. 50 of 90 in the first stage here. 250 laps to go at the Nashville Super Speedway for the Cracker Barrel 400, which is just an awesome, awesome name for a race. Marty.
0.1, 30.2, 30.
No, Marty. So they got that one wrong, didn't they, as well, coming through. Who do you think is going to be the big one here today, JT? Because, you know, like, who's going to be the biggest trouble causer in this race?
You lagged? Are you still
Sorry,
speaking?
what I was going to say was, who do you think is going to have the biggest trouble causer in this race? Who's going to cause the most problems for everybody?
Well, I don't want to say his name, but
go on.
I'm going to say his name. And, well, if the Xfinity race yesterday has to say anything, and, well, here he is trying to make it 3 wide for the millionth time this weekend. Ross Chastain, he's been doing stuff that never that a NASCAR driver would never attempt. He's been making it 3 wide. He's been going into the middle, getting sandwiched, bumping into people, giving a little tap to the bumper. He's been doing everything as Ross Chastain, and I'm surprised he's not wrecked yet.
Yeah, Jack, is that just a thing of crash, bang, wallop mentality?
Crash, bang, wallop is quite literally Ross Chastain's middle name. Speaking of Ross,
I thought it was watermelon.
Okay, he's got 2 middle names.
Well,
Actually,
4.
technically, if you count all, that's, yeah, I was going to say that's 4. Ross, Crash, Bang, Wallop, Watermelon, Chastain, that's his name. But speaking of Ross, I thought I'd bring up something that Matthew Owens tweeted recently about Ross, and he was like, it's insane how people just completely lost their minds about the aggressiveness Ross showed early in like 2022, and compare that to Earnhardt and what he did throughout his career, because the Earnhardt documentary aired like, it was this week, I think. It was this week that I binge watched it.
I have yet to watch it.
It is really good. Like,
I've got it tomorrow on my list.
Yeah, I binge watched all 4 episodes. It's so good, genuinely. Like, one of the most well-made things I've ever seen.
Once you know the ending, it kind of spoils it.
Yeah, but there's stuff I don't know about it before watching it.
That is true. Apparently,
great storytelling.
I mean, the Oracle complained. I think, of course, he's going to complain. He said that there was nothing in there he didn't already know. But if something...
That's Matthew Owens!
I know. It's kind of like, Matthew, you know everything. But, yeah. I'm looking forward to it, personally. I'll give it a watch tomorrow. Also, I highly recommend The Day. Or, 2001 NASCAR The Day. It's a powerful documentary. It's really, really strong as well. So, that 57 of 90. Thank you very much, Adam Alexander, who's coming through. So, Chase Briscoe, correct me if I'm wrong, Briscoe had pole position for the Cracker Barrel 400, 29.125. It was his 5th pole in 158 NASCAR Cup Series races, 3rd pole and 5th top 10 start of 2025, 1st pole in 5 races at Nashville. Hamlin was 2nd, 7th top 10 start of 2025, 4th in 5 races at Nashville. Byron 3rd, posted his 4th top 10 start at Nashville Speedway. It's his 10th in 14 races, and Shane Van Gisbergen was the fastest rookie in 23rd position. There's your stats sheets for you as well to come into it. But Briscoe taking his first pole position here to join the likes of Chastain and Hamlin, who have had pole positions here as well. Someone else must have had pole. We got rained out, didn't qualify and sat on a different run. Yeah. So there we go. That was the year where qualifying didn't exist here. We came here with championship running orders. Is it me or has it been like 59 for like a good 20 minutes? It hasn't yet to tick over to 60. As they run in.
My screen's showing lap 58.
I've got lap 59.
Laps and rundown for me is showing lap... there it is, just gone over to 59 laps and rundown.
Let's have a look. I've got the PQR screen, which is showing lap 59, but on 60. I think it's counting up today. Pit road.
Likes to run long at these type of tracks, but Blaney's getting faster right now, staying out. He's running 30.27 the last lap. The fastest car on tires, Christopher Bell, at 30.21. Will this change the strategy for the rest of the race of some of these cars who have really good long-run speed, Steve?
Yeah, I'm shocked that everyone came as early as they did. Tires don't dictate that it's required. I think Blaney's proven that you're fine to stay out. So you ask yourself, what's the risk? A caution. A caution right now. Why that wouldn't hurt Byron or Reddick because they are on the lead lap. They're down track position. They have so many laps on their tires, they're probably going to have to pit again. Blaney would then be the race leader.
We saw...
Yeah, and Ryan Blaney's led 27 laps here before across 2 different races to come into it. And Cindric is just behind him. Looking at my stat sheet, Cindric's never led here before, which is interesting. Yeah, Cindric has never led a lap here, ever, across the current drivers on the grid. Along that is Alfredo, Cindric, Dylan Hill, BJ McLeod, and Bubba Wallace.
Or maybe you take 2 tires at the end of the stage. Maybe you short fill at the end of the stage. I think this just opens up the opportunities is really what it's doing. Why take the risk if you don't have to early? Run long, see when the cautions come, and kind of adjust.
Best strategy is a fast race car. Is that right, crew chief?
Fast race car, you know when the yellows are going to come out and make a lot of good decisions.
Scan the QR code to save on gaming products by Logitech G, the official wheel and pedal of eNASCAR.
Bubba Wallace is a big gamer and streamer as well, and but he's had a bit of a tough run here. Just several weeks ago, this guy had over 60 points to the cut line in the playoffs. Here's the finishes in the last 3 races. Just an abysmal 3 weeks. And that, he talked about, man, it feels so good to have such a nice cushion. I've never been in this position. I'm always worried because I'm always around the bubble late as we're getting toward the playoffs. And this is so nice. Well, he has now lost all of that advantage. And then the speeding penalty tonight has them off sequence and a lap down, giving a lap to the field. So he's ran well here, had some good speed here in the past, but he needs a great run tonight.
Well, you saw the finishes. Let's show how they happened. Right here at Texas Motor Speedway in the wreck on the backstretch. Heavy damage with the inside wall. That's that 33rd place finish. Then at Kansas, wrong place, wrong time. Another big impact. I mean, that is big, big damage. Then at the 600, once again. So you could say bad luck that you're in the wreck, but you're kind of back there. You know, rarely do we see guys wreck from 3rd, 4th, 5th. You get back there in the teens or the 20s, you're bound to determine at some point to get in those accidents.
This is the time of year where we start to pay attention to the bubble battle and we start talking about it. It's very fascinating. A lot of fun drivers around that battle that are part of the great storylines in this sport. He's still comfortably 45 points above, but just imagine if those had been even 15th, 20th place finishes, what position he might be in. So they just need to come in here tonight, overcome that speeding penalty, try to get, you know, a top 20, top 15 result, and then move on.
Yeah, I think that's a sensible thing, isn't it, for JT? Have you got news?
Townsend Bell wants to kill someone.
Right, go on. Why?
Townsend Bell has said 4-hour flight tonight. So send in your thoughts, questions, and insights. And someone has replied to that saying, if you could pick another oval track for IndyCar to race on, which track would you pick? Townsend Bell has replied with a wingless Daytona would be ... question mark.
Yeah, he does want to kill someone, doesn't he?
Indy cars with no wings around Daytona.
Personally, I'd be up for it. I've said for ages I want to do that. It would be deadly, but it would be so good.
I would say the racing would probably suck as well, to be honest.
Oh, you're joking, right?
It would just be Indy 500, but they'd hit the catch fence every lap.
I've just done...
just a little bit of a difference between the banking of Indy and Daytona.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've never seen the Indy cars run on that high of a banking before, so.
Marty Snyder.
Adam, it seems to be a bit of a Toyota problem for the brake issues. Here was Tyler Reddick earlier in the race. Listen.
Pedal is getting spongy now, too. I understand. All right, have you moved bias? Yeah, I thought Ford was worse. Copy. Go rearward then.
So that was Tyler Reddick saying the pedal is getting spongy. He also radioed to Billy Scott later on, Kim, and said the pedal also very inconsistent. Some corners I get like a quarter in the way of the brakes and it stops. Other corners it's taken almost all the brakes to get it to stop.
Well, Marty, you mentioned it might be a Toyota thing. We heard the issue with Briscoe. We just heard the issue with Tyler Reddick. The 54 of Ty Gibbs also complaining about brakes. About 20 laps ago said the brakes are starting to get really long. That pedal is just not what I need it to be.
12 of Blaney coming to pit road. A lot of talk about brakes, as you heard from all the reporters. That makes that pit entry even more difficult. You go to step on the brakes and you just don't have what you want. The 12 of Blaney was stuck behind some lap cars. Frustration was skyrocketing. Finally came to pit road. We'll see what kind of stop they have, Kim.
Yeah, the balance of that car just ill, not what Blaney wants. It fired off tight. Then he said, I had trouble turning in the center on throttle, but he felt like it was only through traffic, but ended that run tight also, so they're looking for it to free up just a little bit, Marty.
Again, I checked in with crew chief Brian Wilson for Austin Cindric. I said, what about this move? He said, why not? We were in 15th before. They are going to wait on fuel. Steve, why would they make that move now under green versus under caution at the end of the stage?
So it's simple calculation, but basically you can change tires faster than you can fill these cars up with fuel. So rarely, if ever, are the cars leaving full. What these teams are doing right here is they know they're going to lose time, as we see AJ Allmendinger on pit road now. So put extra fuel in here. When the field is bunched up under yellow, have a stop that's 1.5 or 2 seconds faster. That's where you actually make the most passes on pit road is under yellow. See John Hunter Nemechek on the bottom of your screen waiting till released by the crew. The chess matches on pit road get more and more complicated every year. We'll have to just see if this fueling strategy by the Penske teammates plays out at the end of the stage.
Ty Dillon and is coming in as well in the front here. We are 17 laps away from the end of stage 1 here for the Cracker Barrel 400.
You know how we noticed pit stop times on time in 71?
Is it here as well?
Someone responded to the Townsend Bell tweet. Fans want pit stop times, please, and Townsend Bell has just replied with in the works, so that's why we saw it on time in 71 without the broadcast today.
So we will have, well, we got it. We have it. JBMotorsports, time in 71.
So if you want pit stop times, please subscribe to the channel and watch our in-house broadcast. We give you incredible pit stop times.
I think it's one of our best coverages of the year, to be honest with you.
Which definitely do not show different on JB's time in 71 to my time in 71.
Well, there's even another one, is the fact is that we were supposed to have cameras. However, the cameras aren't working at the moment for some reason in the pit lane. So there's that too, unfortunately. Just looking here as well, drivers making their debut starts here tonight. Only one. Can anyone guess which of the 39 drivers fielding right now is making their first ever appearance at this circuit in the Cup Series?
In the Cup Series?
Yes. You might not know him. He's a bloke from down under.
I was going to say, surely it's SVG.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is SVG making his first start here in the Cup Series.
I didn't know Riley had raced during Cup.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. To be fair, outside of a super speedway, he was fairly irrelevant last season. No offence to him. And again, he wasn't a Rick Ware car.
I can confirm every other driver has made a start here. The only note on my timings here is Shane Lankesberger. Completely new.
And he had his best oval qualifying of the season as well.
Who are you looking for again, Jack?
What?
Who did you mention again?
Riley Hurst.
Yeah, Riley made his debut here last year.
Hey, you must
I was going to say Chad Vincham, but he raced here in 21 and 24.
Yeah.
Just the most time they've been running here. So, Briscoe, Hamlin, Byron, they're 3 now in the lap traffic run here, and they're in contention here to also get the stage point victory. So it's getting a bit feisty at the front of the field, isn't it? I've got a feeling that this is going to be one of those days where NASCAR is surprising right at the end. Still gearing up. Reminder, in 2 weeks' time, USON will be taking the commentary team, as we'll be on the...
If you got any...
Yeah, we'll be on the Canadian Grand Prix coverage.
What race would that be? Mexico?
Mexico, yeah.
I was going to say I'm at download that week, so I'm not even going to be available at all.
I believe that weekend also the IndyCar race at Worldwide 100 Raceway.
Yeah.
Matthew Owens takes over the commentary. I believe that's the current plan.
Similar to Denny, just not able to make time up there just yet. But a good speed down the front straightaway here. A little bit of the draft is going to close in a little bit. I think the top of 1 and 2 is a little bit better. Oh, he went to the So he went to the bottom, lost a little bit of grip, slid across the wake of that 19 car, turned sideways. Now we're side by side.
Reddick, 6-lap fresher tires right behind these two. Remember, he ran longer.
Yeah.
We're going to see, does 6 laps matter? I mean, it turns the middle. You see the advantage of those cooler, fresher tires. And right now, Briscoe's like, yeah, you two get side by side and get off my back.
He's going to have his hands full again soon if he don't find a way around the 5 car. Larson get himself some clean air. He's going to have to move around. He does up the racetrack a little bit. Here comes the 45 back at the top of your screen. Reddick trying to get to the inside of this 24 down the back straightaway, not able to do it.
And Dale, you explained it so well earlier when you say, well, he just can't pass. He can't pass because Byron won't let him. He's mirror driving as he should right there. Reddick dives to the bottom and on he goes.
Yeah, Hamlin is just coming up the inside as well, trying to desperately have he's pushed Briscoe up. Hamlin's now going low, and now Larson sort of towing in, coming through the mid-half of the circuit. It's not actually as bad as you think it would be, Jack, and this is smart defending here and smart driving from Hamlin. And he's through. He's taken the lead of the race with the help of Larson.
Through goes Denny. Yeah, good move there from Denny Hamlin to clear Chase Briscoe. A driver who is yet to get a win with JGR this year, Chase Briscoe. And Denny Hamlin takes the lead in what is, as far as I'm aware, his 700th Cup start.
And new baby on the way, JT. How nice is that for him?
Yeah, as on baby watch is Denny Hamlin, and up the inside this is Tyler Reddick, who announced his next child today, who was born on the 25th of May.
Are they all just having babies today? I'm trying to find the 11 now on my timing screens. But either way, stage point's about to come through for the end of the first stage here. And this is going to be a big change up. So it'll be a playoff point for the winner to come in as well. The more the merrier for Denny Hamlin in his 700th start. He's on his way. Tyler Reddick's now moved up into second position. Briscoe's moved into third. I think, JT, so there's still a couple of people around are going, I could probably do better. I could probably still get this stage. It's not over yet.
Yes, there's Briscoe getting involved with lap cars. That is the number 66 of Chad Fincham. Just behind, as also in front of Denny Hamlin now, Carl Larson about to be lapped.
Yeah, Larson, unfortunately, now having a really bad day. He's running 27th overall in the timing sheets, and he's just having a weekend to forget. And he's really not started June off the way he wanted to start May, with a little slide. At least he hadn't hit the barriers this time round, like Charlotte. Like,
you say that.
Yeah, there's still time.
So.
There's still time. There's still another 214 laps for him to do that. So
don't make me get this out.
You're going to have to, JT, because the yellows will be coming out soon as Byron tries to go right round the outside. Let's open up our comcam. There's a few laps left at this stage. Byron has passed Briscoe. So Byron now takes third. Briscoe down to fourth place. It's only 7 stage points as things stand. But he's trying to come back underneath through 1 and 2, JT. He's still attacking hard.
Yeah, side by side as we see the back marker and the front markers with Larson, then Hamlin, then Reddick. And, well, will they reach them? As this is Byron and Briscoe side by side. Byron leads that lap in front of them in third place, and just behind is one of the Monster Energy cars with the 35 of Hurst. And Briscoe gets back ahead.
So, apparently they've had a stereo failure. They're only broadcasting in mono audio, is Prime Video today. So there's been something going on at the circuit. There's your explanation for you. White flag in the air then for stage 1. I just went like this to this, and there's nothing coming out of the left side, which means it's in mono and right. So this is the last lap. That's why everything's only coming through one side. So, once more, on his 700th Cup Series start, it is going to be Denny Hamlin, new baby, incoming, stage points, incoming, stage win incoming. Brilliant. Stage 1 belongs to Denny Hamlin as the green checkered goes out. Reddick, Briscoe, Byron, Bell, Elliott, Blaney, McDowell, Logano and Chastain take your top 10 stage points. And your first caution of the night comes out to end stage number 1. Denny Hamlin, he might have to run for baby. Watch. Takes stage 1. He wants this to be over. Same as everybody else. He's got to be a new daddy in town.
Oh, official radio is broadcasting.
Oh, I know.
I didn't get the put it out that up in blue stage 1.
A lot of things seem to be having issues today.
I will replace the official radio for the put it out message.
I wonder if they slip into that in their day jobs.
What? When they're being told pick a number between 1 and 4, and they go 2. Problem in 2. Aisle 2.
Their partner has to take the bin out. Put it out. Put it out. Put it out. Trash can at curb.
Like spilled milk in aisle 4. Put it out. Put it out.
There must practice as well. I often wonder if Aaron Likens waves the flags in his house. Just stands there in the middle of the night. Wow, wow, wow. What a man. What a man is Aaron Likens.
I've kind of worked out how.
He's done it.
How he does it.
I nearly have. I just need the flags to practice because I can't use these two on the board here. Right, let's head down to Prime. I nearly said Fox. That's how much we've been inducted. Let's head down to Prime and get the latest in the booth as we are into stage 2 of this one. And it's a 95, it's a 96 lap stage. So we're waiting. Right, JT, quickly, show us how you think it's done.
No.
Go on.
No.
Go on.
No.
Give us a wave of the yellow then, come on.
Right. Oh, hold on. See? It's like that.
Yes, it's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist. Yeah, I agree. All in the wrist.
This is my one to go signaler to JB.
Yeah, if he says there's a one to go, let's go now down him.
It's brought to you by Cracker Barrel and by Spectrum, a fast and reliable connection, making more things possible. Great night in the city, 30 miles east, Nashville Superspeedway. Pit stop's underway, Marty.
Top left of your screen, Denny Hamlin, playoff point in the bank for the 11 team. He said he was just too free at the early part of the run, but the long run speed was terrific. Tyler Reddick said the last adjustment worked so well. Don't make any changes on this top. We just need clean air, Kim.
Bottom left, you see William Byron slide his chassis adjustment freer at the end of the run. He said, I lost a chunk of rear grip, so they looked to tighten it up. Chase Briscoe down bottom right. He said losing front turn and rear grip. Rear grip was the bigger problem, though, for them.
Remember that fuel strategy by the Penske cars that allowed them to take 2 tires, and just like that, in the game of leapfrog, they win first and second off pit road.
They got it going on. Restart coming when we return.
See the commentary booth from here actually, and how high it is up in the grandstand area.
And the spot is all up the top as well.
The coldest bit of the entire track is up there. Freezing. Just where you see this barrier down here. Cars coming down the road.
Okay.
What have you got?
NASCAR live timing on the website isn't live.
Thank goodness we are. I wonder why it's not live. Nice to hear the running orders. As we are waiting for the restart then of stage number 2.
If I was to take this Vapor off, hold on.
What are you doing now? That's what it's like everybody during stage breaks. JT just goes nuts.
If I was to take this off, you cannot tell me that that does not look like a 10-pin bowling pin.
Oh my god, it does.
Oh my god. Adam Lemridge is now thinking, ah, home bowling.
It does though.
It does, it very much does.
I better get a bowling ball.
And the white lid with the red like ring is just the icing on the cake. Cake?
Cake?
Cake? Cake?
The only alternative to what is now 1:13 AM in the middle of a NASCAR broadcast is cake. What do you think I was going to say?
I don't know. With past experiences in some World Feed Le Mans broadcasts
Look.
and some past
Look.
JBM broadcasts.
I'm all for, you know, heroes and heroines.
Back at Nashville Super Speedway, this relief lap is sponsored by National Debt Relief. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief gets you.
Hits harder.
Riley gets his lap back here at Nashville. Into stage 1, let's hear from our friends downstairs, Danielle, Corey, and Carl. What's happening, Danielle?
Yeah, Double A, these boys are keeping an eye on a whole lot. Third straight caution-free stage 1. Denny Hamlin takes it. Corey, what are you seeing out of this racetrack?
What I love to see a plan take hold. 12 car. Jonathan Hassler and that 12 team had a plan going in to go long, to take rights, and it came right into their wheelhouse. They flipped it to the lead, and we know how important track position is here, Carl.
And what I saw is it took 82 laps for this track to start widening out, all right? So that's great for the fans. This is a slow burn of Nashville. It's going to get wider and racier. But I think they're picking up all the rubber. The restart's going to be when the aggression picks up. Everybody knows, I don't want to wait 82 laps to pass. I want it right now.
You also have your eye on this second stage, Carl, restarts. You think they're going to be wild?
Yeah, I think to the point that we've been talking about, concrete's very tough. It's very hard to pass. Like I just said, all these guys are like, man, I really have to go. The lane's going to be narrow, fast. This is when the action picks up.
Well, and the give and take balance starts to take a little more take as we go deeper into this thing, because you know how hard it is to get track position. And your only chance to get it is for the first 2 or 3 laps after a restart.
You put $5 on Denny Hamlin. He's making you look smart right now, Carl Edwards. Let's send it back up to the booth.
Hey, wait, that's taking a page out of my book. He was my one to watch last week.
So wait a sec. They get off the set to go to the bar? We're just up here, just cover it from above.
Yeah, we got it from here. Hey, 8 drivers took the wave around.
Here we go. Now timing scoring's back. JT was right. It froze on lap 89. Just for the start of the stage break. So we've adjusted that. Here we go then, stage 2. JT, quickly, predictions? Good, bad, ugly?
Well, there's a... Okay, just getting ready for the restart. And we are coming to the green this time, confirmed by the NASCAR officials.
Have you got a music thing for us, or is it?
You can't just, like, tell... You just can't, like... We're, like, 5 seconds before the restart. You can't throw that on me.
All right, let's go boogie, boogie, boogie tonight. Restart time here. And it's Blaney who takes it on the inside line down towards turn number 1. Coming in behind is the 2. So they've had a smoother restart as they come down the backstretch. Okay, so much better runs there. Right now I've got timing and scoring. Took a while for that to actually load in. Blaney, Cindric, Hamlin, Reddick, Bell, Elliott, Byron, Briscoe, Logano, McDowell now takes in the top 10 as they come through. Are we still green or have we gone yellow? Because I'm getting yellows. I don't think timing and scoring's caught up yet. So Omni confusion's going on right now. Look at Allmendinger down in 31st place. He was sent to the back, so he's only made a couple of places, Jack, on that first stage. As we're green now for stage 2.
Yeah. Fairly calm restart for restart standards. Hopefully we don't get too many restarts, because we got way too many last year. To the point at which I was literally just begging for the race to end.
Well, it was a record breaker, wasn't it, last year? It was not the nicest restart time again and again and again. Now, Elliot's still
Races
coming in
like
low.
that is the definition
Yeah.
of all night long.
Have you got the song to go for it? Yeah, that's where we're going here on JB Motorsports. It's just constant. As they still attack through right now. You can hear the cars screeching in the background. We're doing our best to try and reduce it. Byron's still trying to come in low. Let's go over then, because I can't stand that screeching. Let's join the commentary team.
600 manufacturing solid efforts tonight. Game plan on track through a green flag cycle and 2 tire stops at the end of the stage.
Chase Elliott's going to fight hard, trying to take this position away from his teammate. Chase and his team's been really consistent this year and had some solid runs. But they're used to winning races, and they want to get themselves back to victory lane. And I think the mentality for him should be to be very selfish. Any opportunity, Trevor.
Yeah, you're exactly right there. That's the mentality of this team, is to go win races. Earlier, when you guys were talking about the Toyota issues, the 9 car was also complaining about a similar issue. Take a listen.
Yeah, I got some brake shake right now. I'd say it's probably the biggest thing car-wise.
Guys, that was back on lap 33. He hasn't mentioned it again, so hopefully that problem's gone away. Right now, his biggest issue is the pitch of the race car, trying to get that attitude right, getting into the corner.
Never thought we'd talk so much about brakes in a high-speed racetrack. Brake shake, very different than the brake pedal issue. So brake pedal, too warm, pedal travels. Brake shake, if you can believe it, too cool. And what happens, the pads don't get heat up. They don't kind of get clean on the rotor. They leave blotchy. And as you step on the pedals, it literally shakes. Not only is it irritating, but that vibration takes grip out of the race car.
Fun to watch these 2 drivers battle side by side, lap after lap. Teammates trying to be respectful. Behind them, the 22, and Briscoe's still going at it side by side. They haven't sorted that one out.
What about the level of concentration when you're driving lap after lap after lap with a guy right there on your door?
Yeah, you're giving your teammate a little bit extra room. But look at the side draft from Chase Elliott. He really wants the spot. I think maybe right here, can he do it? He just can't go to throttle right there in the middle of the corner. And it allows the 24 to stay on that quarter panel and side draft and even up down the back straightaway.
Toyota side by side back behind them as well.
Yeah.
Briscoe and Jones going at it.
Yellow! Yellow's out. Well, that's good.
And that is Ricky Stenhouse.
That's weird, because it hasn't come up on timing and scoring. So, caution's out for time number 2 now.
Break for all of the drivers that took the wave around. We see the NOS energy drink onboard camera for Stenhouse. So a major turn of events. A lot of drivers gambled for this yellow, and they got
right rear killed.
Right rear's killed is the radio on the 47.
Yeah, this is a tough break for the 47. Damage to the right side of the race car.
Tap the
They
wall,
came in
turn
above
3,
the cut
road
line.
to the wall, all the way through turns 3 and 4, and they're sweeping the high side.
Cool. There.
And he completely lost control. Oh, man.
3 past 23.
5 way up the racetrack as well, trying to avoid. Oh, he just got tagged in the left rear by the 77. He's not going to be happy about that.
Oh, Carson Hocevar.
Yeah.
That is a Hocevar moment.
Bit daft, doesn't it happen again?
Oh, Carson, mate. I love you, man, but
24 and the 9 were battling. At the time of caution, 24 is ahead of the 9. The order on your screen is correct.
Drive down the
Wait.
corner.
5, 35, 41, and 7. So 26, 27, 28, and 29. That is the only one that is incorrect.
Do that, right? And that's the kind of things that his competitors want him to clean up. Hocevar thinks in his mind, hey, it's short track racing. I drove down in there's my spot. I'm gonna move you up out of the way. But his competitors don't see it that way.
Pits are open, fuel window, 79 to go. I expect everyone on pit road, a complete variety of strategies, some tires, but everyone needs Sunoco fuel, Marty.
Yeah, Steve, with 79 to go here in stage 2. They can make it to the end of the stage from here. Denny Hamlin told Chris Gale, we've made the car 30% better.
Don't tell Megan there's a tear off on the backstretch.
Still too free, but it's better. Going to be fuel only for Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, and also Austin Cindric. Kim?
You see Ryan Blaney, your bottom right of the screen, he said it fired off a little better, just a snug for a couple of laps. You see him take right side tires only. Jonathan Hassler telling him this puts us right outside the window, so max save.
Hamlin the first off, Cindric, Logano come out behind him. Blaney with a couple of tires, falls 3 positions. Then it's Christopher Bell. Free pass with our second caution goes to Bubba Wallace. He scored 35th.
Okay, so what did you want me to do, JT? Okay. Don't worry, JT, I'm not telling him at all.
You talked over the officials.
Back on pit road, apparently, between Nemechek and Kowalski.
Just waiting. Just.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for...
Oh, right. Thanks, Megs. Not even bothering to turn up then and just getting her voicemail.
Jack, because Jack is too quiet, so he doesn't deafen the officials on my end. Okay, so race off of pit road. Behind the 2, it's the 2, 22, 12, 20, 45, 71. And the group around the 54 was 54, 43, 21, 1, 60, 17, 77.
Yeah, apparently there's a delay on the stream.
43, 21, 1, 77 all under pen. I think that's what they said. Hold on, let me...
The international feed is broken and out of sync, apparently, we're being told. That's why we're having issues with it tonight. I've twittered it as well. Oh, for the fun of that. So, really get into stage 2 here. So, stage 1 was a calm one for Hamlin. He's going to have to do a bit more work now, I have to go it again. So Hamlin takes stage 1 here. Who do you think will take stage 2, boys?
Probably will be Hamlin.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that, to be honest. Hamlin's looked like the best driver all day.
Your key moments during tonight's broadcast by clicking down on your remote. It's the easiest way to catch up on race highlights and flag changes as they happen. And if you're ever late to NASCAR on Prime, we've got you covered with Rapid Recap, where you can see all key race moments in 2 minutes or less. Under caution for the second time tonight, early stage 2. Things got out of shape for the driver of the 47, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah, FanDuel brings us look on board with Carson Hocevar and Dale. You kind of touched on it here. We like the aggression, but this is one I would hope that Carson wants back. Right? Can't wait to talk to him after the race. I know it's happening in a blink, and he's a 22-year-old race car driver, but these are the coin flips that Carson has to give to Ricky Stenhouse if he wants to be raced with respect when it's his time to cut down in. I like aggression, I like hard racing, but this is the one where Carson, I think, could have, a little discretion there would have gone a long way. Why? Because for the 47, this is a huge moment, Dale.
Yeah, absolutely, and you see the playoff points right now with Stenhouse below that cut line.
He's going to wreck him,
and
I think.
this team, this is a smaller team that grinds it out. This is a stubborn, hard race car driver. When we rate the drivers in speed, pit road, passing, defense, this team rates very low, but their results speak otherwise. That's because he is a tough competitor, and he gets more out of his equipment than most. He can't have weekends like this. They can't have falters like this and lose all these points. You can see the frustration. Marty's going to be a long night riding around on this 47 car.
So I was doing stats and facts. I did not see JT61 to go as I was Googling some things as well on my tablet, looking at my notes. Here we go then for the restart. Fingers crossed it's going to be a clean one. The sun is beginning to set and down to the pit lane. Yeah, oh dear. So pace car pulls in. Hamlin on the restart on the low line. Cindric high. Logano, Blaney, Bell. Green is out again here at Nashville. We're racing. Hamlin keeping that low line in.
Cindric front row.
Yeah, the audio is about 10 seconds behind on the international feed, so they really have screwed up today, so we apologise for that.
Is it actually?
It is, listen.
Look at William Byron all the way up in the third lane with a ton of momentum. All that beautiful clean air up there for that 24 car. Everybody else struggling.
See? It's massively out of sync, so apologies for that. That's why we can't hear anything. So Hamlin, Cindric, Logano, Blaney, Bell, Reddick, Elliott, McDowell, Briscoe and Byron. That's your top 10. It's quite embarrassing, really, for an international series like this. Byron's jumped up to 5th from 10th place, though, Jack. Insane progress moved up the field.
Yeah, great from Byron, who hasn't won this year, I don't think, since the Daytona 500. I'll give my thoughts actually briefly on the host of our thing. For me, does he have to give Stenhouse a break on coming down? No. Should he? Probably. It's a bit... Oh, into the wall! Bowman!
And Larson is in there too!
Larson too. I think, is that Gragson?
Gragson too, with a broken front right. So Gragson's out of it. He's got that. Bowman might be done as well. Rear bodywork damage and I think rear left. So the caution comes out again here. Well, that's our third caution of the night.
Yeah, that car's done. That Gragson car is done. That's unfortunate for him.
So...
Oh no, he's not even bothering. He's not even bothering to go to pit road. He's going straight to the garage.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the case. It's just going to change between the two. Let's have a look at it. So Larson's in the mid-pack. Oh, the 48 gets into the Gragson. So Bowman hits Gragson. And Larson just avoids it all, actually. He looks like he's involved in it, but he is actually just on the outskirts. That's the 48's fault, though. Hard hit, though, for Gragson to the wall. It bounces back off the safety barrier, Jack.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like the wreck between Retzlaff and Sieg yesterday in the Xfinity race, where it looked like Bowman maybe just got a little bit loose underneath him and got into him. By the way, for anybody who didn't see the Xfinity race last night, check Pelka Retzlaff's Twitter. It's incredibly entertaining.
JT, you won the call for that one with Seth. How did it go? That bad, eh? I don't know if he is.
Look, Stenhouse smashed the steering wheel. Yeah, he's done for the day, Stenhouse. I feel like he's going to be waiting by the hauler of somebody else now.
So
yeah, he has a right to be unhappy.
Stenhouse is out of the race.
Yeah.
Oh, he's really,
he has every
really
right
angry.
to be unhappy about that. I'm a big host of our fan. He's like my second favourite driver in the series. But I think he probably should have cut Stenhouse a little bit of a break there. If you want to get raced with respect, that's what you need to do. You need to cut people breaks. This was a last lap going for the win. I could probably understand it more. But this is like battling for what, like 19th place or something. It's not worth it.
Well, that's the way, unfortunately, it crumbles sometimes.
Will I read out some radio for you?
If you've got it, go for it.
We've got two bits of radio. Firstly, we have Larson sarcastically saying, "What a race! Well, so far we've got one positive. We stayed on the lead lap, and we have an opening into the pit box now. Yay!" Second bit of radio is from SVG, who says, "What the blank was the 8 doing? What a blank!" In a New Zealand accent.
What the hell was he doing, mate?
There we go, that's fine. But yeah. SVG's not happy with Kyle Busch.
JB line up.
Go for it.
11, 2, 22, 12, 20, 24, 43, 45, 19, 9, 54, 71, 21, 1, 16, 6, 77, 17, as well with the 67, 3, 41, 38, 10, 35, 42, 8, 16, 88, 23, 99, 7, 5, 34, 51, and they're trying to swap the 42 and 8, because at the moment the 8 is ahead of the 42, but the 8 needs to be behind the 42. Free pass, by the way, 44.
Okay, so that's the boys.
Side of the 4 car. Bowman just gets down to the corner a little too hot, loose, up, corrects into the 4, and look at this shot, the 4. That is a very hard, flat impact with the right side of the car. Larson does a good job to avoid everything, but you can see the 48 just get a little bit loose right there, and it doesn't take much. Wham! 4 car hard into the wall. And then Ricky Stenhouse getting out his car in the garage. They're going to try to make some repairs, I assume. He is unhappy.
You talked about what has made them so good. And it's that bulldog mentality, not just for Ricky, but the entire team. So when you're taken out like this, I mean, it really, really pains you because you've done so much to put yourself in position for success.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it looks like the 47, no work being done, so they're going to retire the car. To Dale's point, you have the ability to make repairs, but you can only change certain parts and pieces.
On closed pit road.
Be on the 47.
Looks like. Yes.
Yeah.
48 to the
48
garage.
of Bowman
DVP.
backing up to go into the garage.
It's an opportunity night, right? 47, 48, they're all right in that playoff picture that you talked about, Dale, right? So who's going to take advantage? Is it a Chris Buescher? Is it maybe a Ryan Preece? You know, is there another driver around that bubble?
Michael McDowell.
Yeah, right. Are they going to capitalize on others' misfortune? Choose right here. I'd be shocked if the leader doesn't take the bottom. Every number we studied coming here said bottom, won the restarts time after time.
Been watching races here all weekend. Bottom has been the way to go. I marvel at Team Penske, and talk about some Bulldogs, but they'll get after it over there in that organization. Never stop. This race so significant for them a year ago when Joey Logano won in 5 overtimes, goes on to win the championship. And after disappointment last week in the Coke 600, best finish 17th. All 3 of their cars top 5 here.
Riding on board with AJ Allmendinger here with the Bosch onboard camera. Another onboard camera we'll have tonight is the Josh Berry Ford Performance onboard cam.
He's 13th right now.
He's moved up, taking advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah, I love all these looks right here. The Toyota onboard as well with Corey Heim in the 67. That's a great look at what that rear view camera can do. That's that big display you see right on top of the dash.
Talk about a busy weekend of racing here at Nashville. Heim second Friday in the Truck Series race, running full time there. He's finished top 3 in 8 of 12 races this year. Congratulations. Raja Karuth got the win Friday in trucks. Last night, Justin Allgaier did it here in Music City in the Xfinity Series.
Into the restart zone, and we are go again. Right. Come on, let's actually get some laps in. It's 27 of 95. Oh, 4 wide, and Logano getting a touch, and that was a miracle. That's not a crash into turn 1, and it is.
And he turned him.
The 20 is round and into the barrier, and out comes the yellow again. Oh, and further contact. Nemechek punching him in there, unfortunately, so...
I don't know if I'm gonna give a hot take and say I don't know if that was on Nemechek right there. It looked like Bell forced him way down and he just lost it. Because Bell put in a pretty terrible block, and Nemechek, I don't know if he appreciated it.
Let's take another look at it then. Yellows breed yellows at this place. So watch out with the 43, comes down low. Bell gets blocked up with Logano, comes down.
What is that?
Doesn't know he's there. That is Bell's fault, really. He didn't know
Yeah,
the
that's
43
on
was
Bell.
there.
That's
Yeah.
completely Bell's fault. Bell, I don't know if his spotter didn't tell him that Nemechek was there, but it just looks like he just didn't know he was there, and Nemechek obviously doesn't cut him a break and spins him out.
JT, it's not exactly the nicest thing, and it was a miracle that nobody else ran into the 20 car, who spun up the track into the safety barrier.
Free pass 24 once again, so he will now be on the lead lap after starting 1 lap down.
Wow.
As well, there's not... Hold on.
There's news.
Stones, sorry, not Nemechek, my bad.
Let's take a look.
Very little, if at all. Fourth caution of the night. 3 already in stage 2.
It's taking a while to get into it, isn't it?
I just pinged the Bell fan in my Discord server going, I didn't know Logano was driving Bell's car today.
Are we having fun yet, people?
Enjoyable enough.
What the hell? JT, look up at the screen. Premier Sports are trying to fix their issue. Okay, so we've lost audio right now. We've lost TV pictures in the booth. So that's gone a little bit worse for wear. We'll try.
The broadcast is going absolutely brilliantly. I just.
It's stereotypical, isn't it? Sabres US. Oh, we're back.
Line up 11, 2, 12, 22, 24, 43, 45, 19, 9, 71, 54, 21, 1, 60, 6, 17, 77, 67, 38, 10, 14, 10, 41, 42, 8, 3, 88, 35, 23, 5, 16, 7, 99, 34, 51, and the 44, and the free pass is the 44. Pit road open, this will be a quicker yellow.
Good, because we don't need a long delay when we're this quick already. It wastes time. I still think it's been good. I do. I think this race is giving us a little bit of an intrigue look as to how it could still provide.
Carl Larson's team helping out with Bowman.
Yeah, both Hendrick, so that makes logical sense.
I haven't shot him yet, it seems. Oh, this race. We're approaching half distance. It's taken a while to get there. So 4 cautions of the night already. 3 in a row. Not been able to get in. We were in caution free stage 1, stage 2, stage break caution. Let's go back over. And I think we've got our audio back, by the way.
This relief lap sponsored by National Debt Relief. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief gets you back on track. J.J. Yaley getting his lap back here at Nashville.
Puts the 44 back in the lead lap.
Tonight really is, right now, the land of opportunity. We talked about it. I mean, so many cars on the lead lap, all these cautions bunching everybody up. And, I mean, we talk about some of these drivers right around the cut line having issues.
And I'm going to try not to jinx them, but I just want to point out Team Penske. I made a big deal out of it because I thought it was a big thing. Kind of nowhere to be seen last week speed-wise after everything that happened in the Indy 500. I thought it would slow down the Penske Fords. Maybe it's just a handling thing for Charlotte because there's nothing slow about these 3 Penske Fords right now. You see Cindric, Blaney, Logano all in the front 2 rows.
I would say this too, when you look at drivers that haven't won this year, Ryan Blaney on the list. Playoff field is half full. 13 races till we start running for a championship. He's someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah, another car that I'm keeping an eye on that we haven't seen yet, we thought we might see, is Chastain. You know, sitting there 13th right now, several rows back, just hasn't really moved his way forward like we might have expected. He had good speed in practice, but just hasn't been able to just get to track position.
Let's see if we can get a clean restart here.
Fingers crossed. That was, by the way, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s second ever retirement. As we get ready, green flag in the air, and we are racing again here at Nashville. So they're going 3 and 4 wide already, and still Hamlin keeps that low line. Let's take it though with Cole Presley, the spotter for Joey Logano.
Half top, still clear up, still clear up. 1 to Briscoe, who's clear. Briscoe is clear, 3/4.
half, he is clear. Half, he is clear. Quarter, he is clear. Headlight up. Dropping. Dropping. Keep him boxed. Headlight higher. Momentum to you. Half in line. Half, he's defending your gaps. 3/4, he is clear. 3/4, he is clear. Briscoe is clear and dropping. He's defending your gaps. 2, 2, 2, 3. 3, tops a little closer, still there. Door, door, door. Half lane up, quarter, bumper, bumper, barely clear. Clear, watch across. Half deal. Half, most deal. 3/4. 3/4 now, almost 1. Eyes forward. Drop.
How about that?
I like that restart. I like that audio. Just the
It's fascinating, isn't it?
I could never do it. That's the one thing I get there. I don't know about you, Jack. I could never do it. Listen to it. You
My
hear it.
hand-eye coordination's dreadful, so no, I'd never be able to do it. And is Reddick a bit slow here, or is he just losing?
He's lost the track as they come through. Scoring confirmed the 4, the 47 are out for accidents. So that's Stenhouse who is out for the second time. And for Noah Gregson as well, I believe that is his first ever DNF at this circuit. I can't confirm. So Larson coming through, and he's trying to get his lead back through. Let's listen to 5 Larson.
We got a pit. I think we may have a wheel issue. We got a pit. Sorry, pit.
Clear information from Cliff Daniels. They look at post-pit
Not
stop
going
data, and
well
they can
for
decide
Larson.
if the wheels are tight or not tight. They call Larson to pit road as the field took the green. Reddick stays on the racetrack, though, this time by. Not sure if he got some confidence, whatever the vibration was.
Yeah, he was definitely waving down the back straightaway, trying to allow everybody to get him to the inside. But he does stay on the racetrack, but he is still off the pace a little bit to the rest of the field. Down the back straightaway, he's fading to the middle. He must be coming to pit road.
Yeah, Junior, Tyler Reddick thinks he might have a flat tire, so here he comes to pit road as well. What a chaotic stage 2 here at Nashville. Reddick, who had one of the best cars all evening long, thinks he has a flat coming to pit road right now.
Marty, you got to check
Oh, this is ridiculous, JT. It's just changing every 5 seconds. We're not even halfway through this stage. It's been yellow, 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 green.
So fun.
My life is ruined. Reddick's not going to win.
No, so...
My life is ruined. We're probably not going to get out on time.
Oh, the broadcast window closes, so that's good. Although we are on Prime, so...
It's fine.
But the broadcast window is still open for a few others, which is slightly
Nashville
more
has
positive.
lights. We're on Prime.
What's everybody want for breakfast? Oh, hello. JT's giving me the hands. So we've got a yellow 67 gets spun round and jumps on the track. Well, that's going to be...
That's on...
Oh, that's going to be avoided by everybody, but the rear's done in, the front's done in. That's him out of the race, I reckon.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was on the front stretch. That's weird.
He got tagged by somebody. Who was he running with?
I wasn't sure.
Hocevar was in front of him and Ryan Priest. I think Priest was involved. I swear I saw the 60.
Oh dear, that must be Ryan Priest then, mustn't it?
Yeah, and he's out of the race. Corey Haim is out of the race, by the way. He's getting out of the car. So he knows his day is done. So that is a shame. He says, my fault. So the 67 is out of the race. Just trying to see. Let's have a look at it. Talk us through it, Jack.
Alright, let's have a look. So, we have Haim is running with... Is that Keselowski or... Oh, no, he just literally shoved Keselowski in the wall and turned himself. Yeah, that's just Corey Haim. Fairly inexperienced at Cup level. I know it's only his second race of the season, I think. I know he's going to be back at Chicago. But yeah, that's a rookie error, that is. Just... Or Spotter's fault, it could be as well.
Second year running his DNF from this race, by the way.
The first time it's his fault. The last year's one wasn't his fault at all.
Just lost it off the bat, yeah. Right, let's head it down then. Time.
I don't know if he just didn't...
3 past 45.
What happened, but it seemed like he was getting accurate information.
Yeah, I will tell you that on the exit of this corner, the wall sneaks up on you quick. It's
Much closer, you mean to your right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you run out of room, and there's a lot more room off of turn 2, the very tight exit off of 4. Let's listen again on this replay.
Jets have been deployed.
Okay, 7 trying to go inside. Not there.
With sweeper.
Outside 7, lane 3. Outside 6 still.
That's my fault.
So you're right, Steve. You got the correct information. And just a misjudgment on his part. Hard hits.
Silver lining here for 2311. Free pass, Tyler Reddick, so he's back on the lead lap. Hamlin, Blaney, Logano, the top 3. You're watching NASCAR on Prime.
Under caution then for the Cracker Barrel 400, lap 133 of 300 we are working, lap 43 of 95 in stage 2, and there is the Noah Gregson car which is out of the race in the garage as pit road open is green, and open this time by as work on the front stretch is ongoing to clean up that mess. We have still got 168 laps to go, JB, with 5 cautions.
It's insane. Literally, what on earth is this race even turning out to be right now? I suppose it's just the way the cookie crumbles, really. Well, I'm just having a look at the schedule, JT. Broadcast window ends 10:30. That's 2. That's the last cut-off time. They will not be coming back tomorrow.
4:30.
Yeah, so that's the last cut-off. And I may have got very bored on my iPad. JT.
I can see it's just showing notes.
Sorry.
Eric Jones on the radio, by the way, says asks his spotter if there's been any fights in the spotter stand so far.
That's TARDIS.
I've drawn a TARDIS on my nose. 6 of Keselowski's in trouble. Well, I'm never going to see the TARDIS again now, am I?
I just need to say this. Matt Weaver said, I'm at the infield care centre, but there's no cell service out here. Bear with me with any updates. And the 2 comments are just like, what's the bear's name? For God's sake, guys.
Under caution in Nashville, let's do the IHOP surprise move of the race, Steve.
Yeah, the surprise is really a mistake out of Corey Heim, the driver at the 67. 15 truck wins, only his 5th Cup start, but this young man, tons of talent. Spotter is telling him that Brad Keselowski is to his outside. Brad holding his lane. The 67 just, as Dale pointed out, loses kind of track of what needs to be a whole lane left. He doesn't leave enough room, drives across the 6's nose, and next thing you know, Corey Heim out of the race. This is a great view right here on board. You'll see it. We'll see how much damage it is on the 6. Pretty hard contact, but big surprise, Corey Heim making a mistake like that.
Yeah, that is a lot of contact for the 6 of Keselowski. And he's probably like, what's the deal?
At top 5 last week for Brad Keselowski. Marty?
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. out of the infield care center, and you and I were chatting about it before you went in. What was your take on the contact from Carson Hocevar?
Yeah, a lap or 2 before, he tried to dive in there from about 10 car lengths back, and then that time I just opened my entry a little bit, and he overcharged the corner and just drilled us in the rear bumper.
Race track credit.
I'd say it's not out of the norm for him, but I definitely wasn't expecting that at that point in the race. Just bummer for us. Our Holton alternator
66 penalty, tail of the longest line,
wasn't
crew
great,
member
but we were
overall.
kind of making changes. I felt like that restart, I was a little bit better than where I was the run before, and we were just burning our right rear tire off there throughout the run. So bummed that our day ended like that. Definitely have something to do about it at one point.
Unfortunately, the first DNF of the year for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 4017.
All right,
last
Dale.
line.
Yeah, I was going to say, give me your translation of the last line. It sounds to me that sometime he's not going to cut Hocevar a break.
Kim?
And it was interesting, I was talking to Carson this morning just about all the talk around him, whether it's good or it's bad, and he said, I want people to make noise about me, and he said specifically, I'm not going to change how I drive or how I talk or how I behave to fit a specific mold people want. So it should be interesting to see how he feels after the race based on Ricky's comments, Marty.
Kim, just to follow up real quick on Tyler Reddick, it was indeed the right front, actually, Steve, that was down, and it was down by 20 pounds, Billy Scott told me. They just pitted again, so now he'll restart 34th with one of the quicker cars in the field.
Bad luck, but great choice. That's what you have to do. When we talk about experience, you can only convince yourself so long that you don't have a problem until it's a catastrophic failure.
Coming to the green this time, pit road clear.
Just admitting it, right, Dale? And coming to pit road, getting a free pass now, he has a whole race in front of him.
Yeah, absolutely. Still a lot of racing left, and got an important restart right here with Denny Hamlin. Blaney on the outside.
Green, green, green. We are racing. Now, is Hamlin going to get called for going before the restart zone there? That's what I'm thinking, because he's miles ahead of Blaney and Logano. And Byron and Cindric coming in as well. He's left them all for dead. And there's a little bit of drama on the backstretch as they come in, but so far, JT all looking smooth.
Yeah, as we go down in towards turn 3 now, 3 wide, a little bit further back. That's with Josh Berry involved with that. Ty Gibbs as well being involved in that. Down on the low side, that's the 43 of Eric Jones and Joey Logano with Austin Cindric. As here we have 67 officially confirmed out for accident. 3 wide, Larson, and the 88 and the 20 involved with the 9 just on the outside. And that was a little bit of a tap to the side of the 9 from the number 88.
So
3 wide once again in turn 1 with the 160 and the 21. That's in that second pack, which was a
not a bad restart, that.
3 wide further back.
Look at the 88 coming down low on the 41, and look at the 9 swinging it around the outside. Chase Elliott not afraid to show SVG who's boss. That's what I like to see. Give it some proper welly. Do not get afraid to show emotion in NASCAR. That's what makes it good. And don't go treating SVG like a newbie. He's been racing these type of cars for donkey's years. 2 a.m. Anyone else hitting the 2 a.m. dead zone?
I do not feel like it's 2 a.m. I feel fine.
Well, I haven't slept.
Neither did I.
No, like the whole weekend. I'm
Yeah,
really
well,
bad.
I've been up
JB
since.
Maybe just sleeps 24 hours tomorrow.
Yeah, I might actually do it, just because I've got to catch up eventually. If I'm incommunicado tomorrow, everybody knows why. Let's check in with the team.
Great job tonight.
He is. They struggled.
And you know, Hocevar, great practice
The
yesterday.
24 hours of less sleep.
But now he's racing his teammate for position.
Yeah, Hocevar worked around the 71 there. McDowell got kind of in the dirty air of the 54, and that allowed the 71 to get to his inside 3 and 4, and he's trying to complete the pass, and he's going to do it off of turn 2. Riding on board the Ford Performance camera with Josh Berry. Oh, right to the inside there. The 38, Zane Smith, working his way up into the top 11.
We got to give him some credit. Second in this race last year, best career finish. But you know what? On their green flag stop at the end of stage 1, they took 2 tires so they could stay on the lead lap. That's what kept them in the game. And now they've got some track position. Talking about the California driver, Zane Smith.
Chaos starting to calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
The timing of that.
We were on the chip, you know what I mean?
Busy, great. Busy. Trevor.
Yes, sir. Keep in mind that 21 car in practice is one of those those cars that hit the bumps and spun out early. They felt like their practice kind of got thrown away, but they went to their partners over at Penske. Remember that alliance with the Wood Brothers Ford, and saw that 12 was so strong, so they kind of went that direction with their setup. Just a minute ago, though, they're still looking for some more speed so they can do some strategy. Take a listen.
Still working on it. We're a bit too far off on pace to do anything crazy here. We'll just keep working on the car until we get it driving better, and then we'll try and do some off-strategy stuff later, get us some track position once we get the pace better.
You guys said it earlier, Steve. You got to have a good car to get off sequence. Maybe they can get this 21 dialed in.
That's absolutely the case, right? It's easy to call strategy when you have a fast race car, because if you're not perfect, you know the speed will at least kind of mask some of the poor decisions.
There's the one at Chastain, but that 20 car, Christopher Bell, is the one that's impressive right now. He was backwards and in the wall just minutes ago, and now he's working to the inside of Chastain, taking 13th spot away and looking for more.
I've always used the phrase driving angry. Maybe just additional motivation after the adversity, whatever it is. We hadn't talked a lot about Bell hanging there 5th, 7th, 8th, gets involved in that accident, and since that time, he is just really driving that thing up through there.
Wrecked it correctly? I mean, are we giving it like a...
Very rarely do you hit things that make them go faster, but sometimes it happens.
It's kind of like Edwards on the backflip when he was winning here. You just stick the landing, right? Then you're okay.
Wow. I mean, let's just remind everybody the wreck that this 20 was in, right? So you see the 43 of Jones kind of get to the left side of the 20 and just basically holds his spot. But, you know, they fight over the bottom lane. So he's not going full speed, but this is not zero contact. I mean, he's going to go all the way up and watch this contact with the outside wall. I mean, that's pretty hard contact.
Yeah, the lucky part, I think, is there wasn't real hard contact with the left front, knocking the front toe out. As we look at the battle for the lead, tightening up a little bit between Hamlin and Blaney.
Blaney last changed left side tires at lap 69. Jonathan Hassler brought his A game tonight. They've done some really, really good stuff to keep him not just in the game, but advance forward after starting 15th. And they got a chance to take the lead here.
We used to talk about gambling. Hey, let's try something different and try a gamble. When I go back and review how these races are run, and specifically how they're won, the top 5, they call the race in what I would consider an absolute gamble. That has become the norm. What a gamble is now is something outside of even perception or the idea that you would even try it 5 years ago. These crew chiefs continue to move the line. We see it a lot in other sports as well. Data analytics have changed the decision-making. You see Jonathan Hassler on the bottom of the screen. You and I spent some time with him at Team Penske, Adam. Just a great conversation we had with Jonathan, his relationship with Blaney, the trust they have in one another.
Great leader for the team.
Absolutely.
And he's the coach. Blaney's the quarterback. Right now, they're executing the game plan. Hamlin leads at Nashville.
Ciao, hello.
What's happening?
I hope Owl is enjoying this behind the scenes, by the way.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this. I clearly need to get a whiteboard as well.
Let's get your iPad out, that's what I've done.
Well, since JB can't be bothered to commentate on an active race which is happening with a good move, possibly, around the outside of the 9 for number 10. Here's Larson side by side with the number 10 car across the line. And that will be Larson still side by side in towards turn 1, JB, and I'll make you look up to the screen to commentate this move.
Still on the inside, Larson getting ahead, and I think Jack as well. This is just going to be a smooth game. The sun's setting, we're getting close to the end of stage 2. This is all about getting to the end, letting the sun set, letting the track cool, and then pound down ready for stage 3.
And the track's going to get cooler because it's going to get darker. I don't know how much that would impact concrete as compared to asphalt, though, so it might impact it a little bit. Probably not, though.
JT, how much do you reckon it'll change the difference here?
Yes.
Good answer.
Great answer.
Well, this is going well. Can you tell that we're at the end of a horrid weekend?
It's time for the 2 a.m. news alert.
This is the stage 2. This is the stage 2.
We're all doomed.
It's the stage 2 podcast, but extra stage 2.
Yes. Extended stage 2.
You could call it stage 2 after dark.
No, we're not Good Network.
I created that with Jackson, Isha, Brandon.
Jackson? Who's
that?
he?
I don't know, he never turns up anymore. Mr. I'll be there for Detroit, IMSA and IndyCar. Hashtag Lambros missing in action.
Says the person who wanted me to wake up for Formula 3 after doing Xfinity.
I just did that in case you woke up. Omi got the same text. I knew Omi would be awake
sure
up.
about that?
Omi, I can send you the proof. Omi got exactly the same text as you did. What's the NASCAR colour logo? It's white. What is it? There we go.
I can give you the exact brand colours if you want.
It's yellow. Then it's blue. Then it's red and blue.
Okay, so the red is hex code BC 2021.
I've just done a line, mate.
Alright. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. It's a weird series, this, as well, because you've got Hamlin leading by 0.2 of a second, and in normals we were going, oh, this is incredible. But we all know that we've got fuel saving, tyre saving, a stage break coming. The only good thing is that, guess what, guys? We're past halfway!
We're in Music City.
Larson touched the wall. That's going to allow Blaine to have a little bit of a cut back down. Jack coming through.
Yeah, we've got Blaney right on the back of Hamlin right now. He gets a decent run off the corner. He's going to be in that draft now. Is he going to try and make a move? I wouldn't think so currently. He's going for that high line more than that low line, trying to get a better run out the corner than Hamlin. He's going to be back in the draft now, and you can see him getting that little bit closer, but it's a fairly difficult track to pass at, in my opinion, Nashville, compared to some of the other intermediates on the schedule. Despite the fact it markets itself as a super speedway.
Yeah, why is that? Because
I don't know, it doesn't look like Daytona.
It's nowhere near a super speedway, as JT pointed out earlier on in our commentary.
Pocono is closer to a super speedway than this.
Pocono is deadly.
Pocono is it's probably, this might be a hot take, but it's one of my favourite tracks on the entire schedule.
Really? You like it?
I love it. I love it. I think it's one of the last proper strategy-based tracks on the schedule left. Like, strategy really plays a part in it. Yes, it's difficult to pass, but strategy just plays so much of a part. You can get proper fuel mileage races at that track, which are quite rare nowadays.
I mean, you could say that Pocono is deadly. That's one way to explain it. With past events that has happened at Pocono.
With IndyCar, anyway.
Still remember being in the paddock at Silverstone when that accident happened with Robert Wickens, and everybody just went silent. Kim.
Radio, that car very good on the long run, but Steve talked about the grief he gave Team Penske last weekend. Well, Jonathan Hassler said, I don't know why people are so worried. Yes, we have 5 DNFs, but our mentality for the second half of the regular season is it's not over. This team, they told me, expects to win multiple races before the playoffs. Their biggest obstacle coming into tonight was overcoming a bad qualifying effort. They did that with Strategy Blaney running in the second position.
And Kim, he scored 110 stage points, right? They're there every week in the early portion of the race.
Very defensive move by the 11.
Absolutely, that's what that was.
I think the sigh of relief everybody's waiting for is after you win your first, right? Because it's one thing to say you're going to win some, and I agree with Jonathan. They have the speed. I don't think he's just crazy and making things up. But
no, I don't.
The first one basically guarantees the playoffs. That takes the pressure off those DNFs.
I'll say this about Hassler. He's a positive guy. I'd say glass half full, but he's also honest. And when you have that combination, it really allows you to make the right decisions and give your team the proper setup week in, week out. Little wiggle there for the 12.
Yeah, Blaney is so good. That car is so fast.
And this, the 11 blocking the 12, you see just behind the 12, here comes the Byron.
The Byron's
Almost
flying.
to the right rear quarter panel. Denny's going to clear off the corner, though. But the 12 is right there. We're going to find out whether Denny's got more in his pocket, a little more race car than he's showing.
1 lane higher, about 2.
Great corner right there for Denny. But the momentum's off the top of the 12. Here comes Blaney down the back straightaway.
He's getting closer.
Oh, the 11
he lifted
over the bump right there, but he slides up in front of the 12, so Blaney can't finish throttle in the dirty air. Here comes the 24 closing in on this battle, Byron.
Yeah, Jack, Byron's closing in now. We've got a three-way fight with 20 to go in this stage, but Byron knows how to do these stages. He was master of them earlier on in the season.
Yeah, it's going to be a lovely three-way battle here now for this stage win. And Blaney just in there, but he just can't get past that 11 right now. Also,
scratching.
Yeah, it's like a cat right there, reaching for a ball that he just can't reach.
Byron's going to send it around the outside, but that high line is not the line we've been experiencing tonight. That lower one is.
Oh my goodness, Byron, jeez, you're fast.
Oh my goodness me, that's brilliant. He's going to get 2 in 1.
He's going to go for another one.
High line from Blaney down in towards the first 2, then into 3 and 4. He's going to try and get the inside line to Hamlin. He's undercut Hamlin, and he's only going to go side by side. Hamlin's not going to lift off. Byron officially leads that lap, but they're double banging each other now. Well, this is incredible stuff between the two.
Byron just spins out and wrecks both of them.
Oh yeah, that'll put Joey Logano into the lead of the race.
Blaney, not Logano.
Right, would Blaney be in, look, he's right there. Would he not be?
That's what I meant. Byron spins and just takes out Hamlin.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant all three of them.
Both implies 2.
Byron now losing out that lap time. Hamlin will take over. Look, has come down low. We're 3 wide into turn 1 here at Nashville. They are not giving up any which way. Still running up high. Oh, and brushed the wall. Hamlin brushed the wall. Byron's got him, and now Byron coming down low into 3. He's desperately trying to get through here.
I think Byron got a little bit loose there. I think he might have pushed Hamlin up the track and maybe put him in the wall.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he did. If he did, I don't think Hamlin will be particularly happy about that. Not the first time those two have come together, though. 2022 Texas, Byron dumped Hamlin under caution once.
Ryan Blaney has now taken over the lead of this race as well, so he's managed to push up the speed. Let's check in with the Fox team, with the Prime team.
Racetrack really wide, providing us with a lot of options. The corners.
Clean and precise at the front. Blaney, Byron, Hamlin. 16 to go on the stage.
They do that on purpose.
Well, some nice commentary from JB there. And I can't hear it, but I bet you're doing some nice commentary right now. Blaney, Byron, Hamlin, your top 3. With Logano and Eric Jones. Rounding out your top 5. Suarez goes down the outside of the 7. And this is Carson Hostfar with Gibbs. Careful, we've got Carson Hostfar in a battle.
I'm going to remember now. I've written down Prime.
Are you going to remember the white flag?
Credit One Bank?
No, are you going to remember the white flag?
Probably. I'm not French.
Are you going to remember the checkered flag? What you're going to say for the checkered flag?
We eating chicken dinner tonight?
Close enough. Briscoe, Cindric side by side. Cindric keeps the position from Briscoe for now down the back stretch.
In all honesty, I think this race has been a tale of two halves. Really,
oh, Briscoe got into the back of Cindric, and Cindric got loose out of turn 4. Keeps it straight though. And JB didn't see it because he's too busy writing stuff on his iPad.
Working. Blaney though now by 7/10 to Byron, so he's held that advantage at the front of the field with 12 to go in stage number 2. We check in now with Berry overtaking the high line for 12th place to pass Ty Gibbs. Now takes 11th, and Christopher Bell, who spun earlier on in caution number 4, is fighting his way back up the field. Jack, it might actually look good.
Yeah. We got who are we on board with right now? Sorry, I had to rejoin because my TV pictures weren't working.
No worries, I hope you can hear us now.
I think this is Chase Elliott, I think. Because he got all the prime stuff. Hocevar on the inside of Briscoe here. And looks like he's gonna make the move, but Briscoe's got the run on the top lane. We got Hocevar to the inside still. Side by side, I think Hocevar... Oh, Briscoe got loose.
Let's go down to 48.
In the car after that wreck earlier on, they have to change the left front upper on the 48 car, also the dry brake for the fuel. But what took so long and is taking so long is Blake Harris told me NASCAR made them change the rear bumper of the car. So to help with that, Jesse Saunders, who's the car chief for Kyle Larson, came over to make that happen. Remember, this is a team currently in the playoffs, above the cut line, on points, but losing valuable points sitting back here in the garage area trying to make repairs in Nashville.
NASCAR has said that if you go to the garage to make repairs, they're going to take the time. This car is designed where the bumpers are the crush zone. So if they had to change the bumper, that tells me that it had already crushed enough that NASCAR felt like it wouldn't be functional in a secondary wreck. So that's why they asked them to change it.
Marty talks about the points. Right now, Bowman 48 above the cut line. And then I go to Chase Briscoe, starts on the pole. You know, he had a good run there in the opening stage, gets 8 points, but here he is sliding back and in danger of falling outside the top 10 at the end of stage 2. Now we do our Credit One Bank ones to watch.
Well, let's focus on Briscoe. You mentioned it, falling back. He's 9th, but Briscoe's led 51 laps tonight. He's only led 30 laps all year long for Joe Gibbs Racing. Back-to-back poles. I know 9th doesn't seem great, but remember last week he went all the way to the back, came back to 3rd, hang around the top 10 long enough, maybe make adjustments at the right time.
The 43 of Eric Jones having a great run tonight, running in 5th place. This is actually the most laps he's ran in the top 5 in a race in over a year, way back in Phoenix. Man, this is a great run for this 43 team.
If you're going to be successful in NASCAR, you have to be able to put the bad ones behind you. Carson Hocevar, great practice yesterday. Didn't qualify where he wanted to, but here he is tonight, finding his way to the front. Really good late in this run. He's 7th. Now, the second-year driver just needs to finish the deal, something he couldn't do last Sunday in the Coke 600. Those are Credit One Bank ones to watch.
I love this onboard right here. I'm going to zoom in. Check this out. That is the mirror. That is what he is looking at. That is a high-def camera off the back roof of this car. Crystal clear right now because the 77 is rolling forward. We should check back in after a restart. We have some traffic back there. You'll be able to see. It's like a high-def video
77 goes to Hocevar.
As much out of that camera on the top of his dash as he is the windshield just above it.
He's comfortable with that because he is a gamer. 77 picking up another one, going around Austin Cindric, or trying to anyway. 5 to go, stage 2.
Saw those laps that he was able to run in practice. Hocevar just a little bit of a wiggle right there. Chases the car off the racetrack. He had great speed in practice, and it's not a fluke anymore. You know, we saw it last week at the 600. We've seen it several times this year where this team's ran really competitive laps in practice and shown up in the race to be able to back it up. Happening again tonight. Starting to be a weekly thing for Hocevar, and not a stretch to think that they could win a race this year.
And I know you just highlighted Eric Jones, but it just continues to remind me the improvement that Legacy Motor Club has made. Right? This has been an impressive trajectory, running 5th.
Yeah. It's been, you know, it's been his teammate Nemechek that's been the more impressive one over the last probably 3 or 4 weeks. So Eric wants to go out there and perform and show what the gains that the team has made, and he's doing it tonight.
And if you look at the pylon, you're Byron, Hamlin, Logano, Blaney still has the low left side tires on, and he's driven out to a 2.2 second lead. So that tells me if you're Rudy Fugle, if you're the crew chief of the 24, right? If you're Chris Gale, the crew chief for Denny Hamlin, you need to let your driver know, I know you think we're close, we're not. We need more speed. Do you have a balance issue? If not, maybe there's some less air pressure in the rear tires. Maybe there's a better aero position. I need to find something for my driver to try to keep up.
Hocevar still getting
Pit
out
road close, 2 to go.
2 laps to go in the stage.
Zane Smith there in 8th, you know, 2nd. Last year, I mean, this is a good track back-to-back for Zane Smith.
But, I mean, you look at the teams. I mean, Legacy Motor Club, you guys talked about Spire up there with Hocevar and McDowell. And front row represented with Zane Smith.
My notes have
Here's
gone.
Blaney. 1 to go in the stage.
Hocevar. Bottom of the screen is 77. Hocevar to the inside. Gets a little bit loose.
Green
Can't finish the
checker next
corner, but
time,
he's
12.
trying.
We just need a Hocevar can, dude. Just all.
Yeah, well, Ryan Blaney's going to do another stage win. I'd love to tell you exactly what it is, but my notes have vanished somewhat up here in the commentary box. Hocevar trying to come through on the inside line as well to take Cindric for P6. Checkered flag is out, and stage 2 is won by Ryan Blaney. Byron, Hamlin, Logano, Jones, Cindric, Hocevar, Smith, Berry, and Bell.
Hocevar's going to try to hitch him at the line. Just behind him per the monitor. Now, NASCAR will look at that by camera. Points are paid. They'll confirm it.
And I say the 25th stage win for Blaney. 25th time he's won stage 2. But he only went on to win 2 of the previous 24. He's the man in charge in Nashville. Great to have you with us on a Sunday evening in Music City. You are watching NASCAR on Prime.
Not bad then, JT, as the race goes on, and it could be worse, to be fair. It's going so far so good.
It could be worse. I've just dropped my whiteboard on my feet.
You're right.
Ow.
That's painful.
Anyway, end of stage 2, we've had 11 lead changes between 5 leaders. And the 44 for the 3rd time this evening will be the free pass, 114 laps to go, in towards the final stage now.
That put the 44 on the lead lap.
Yes.
Nice.
For the 2nd time.
Nice.
Today.
That guy, if he finishes on the lead lap, that's a success for the team.
His first free pass put him from 2 laps to 1 lap down, and then his second free pass put him from 1 lap to lead lap, and now this 3rd one will put him from 1 lap to lead lap.
Rooting for them right here.
34th is currently the 44 car, as all single file under caution here for the Cracker Barrel 400, and in association with JB not paying attention, trying to write stuff on his iPad, 400.
My notes disappeared. I'm having to redo them. You know, as they do. That's what paper doesn't do to you. Nothing wrong with a typewriter, says I.
JB?
What?
There you go.
Yeah, well.
Pit road open next time, bye.
Bit annoyed actually that I got my notes for the past couple of hours that are there. I don't know what's going on with my computer today. Just vanished.
And this, students and viewers, is why the teacher always says, save your work.
Well, I did save it, just that the entire file disappeared off my iPad. It's going to have it road.
Leave on tires, short on gas.
What just
Hang
happened
on a little
with
bit
the
longer, you can
stream?
fill it up, Trevor.
I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Didn't even
Joey
press
Logano was
anything.
one of those cars that didn't take any tires last time. You might see a little longer stop here on his 4-tire stop. They've been battling the short run versus long run for the balance on this car, Marty.
Denny Hamlin said, holy smokes, man, I lost all of my rear grip on entry and exit at the end of the run. Also, his drink system inside the 11 car is not working. Chris Gale said, wait on me. We're going to wait on fuel.
Chassis adjustment for William Byron. He just needed more grip. Right there went away. Rudy had told him to save fuel there at the end if he wasn't having anything for Blaney. So you didn't see him wait there. Blaney, though, he said, tighten me up, a little free and clean air.
Logano plus 3, but what's the issue there?
Plus 3 to the top. But NASCAR's going to take a look at this. Watch this fuel man tries to stay plugged in as long as possible. Gets engaged, falls. We're going to have to see if that can cross the line. It'll be a penalty, or did he get a little stick save like a hockey player?
Final stage then. Nearly there. Ends on that 300. 112 to go. Night has fallen here.
21 crew member over the wall too soon to the rear. 21.
Do you want me to make you feel absolutely miserable?
I cannot hear what you're saying because the officials are speaking.
Probably for the best. What was I saying? It's 2:23. We're on till 4. Yay!
Oh,
Yay!
I've got a date tomorrow as well.
Date or day?
Date. I'm going to be exhausted. Brilliant.
I can't. That's too cruel.
Feel free to make the joke, I don't care.
Do it on talkback.
I can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Joshua Birch of JB Motorsports. You can't say that in this day and this time.
On talkback.
The one day that a talkback system fail will be the biggest.
Oh, absolutely.
Someone will make that mistake.
Absolute mess of JB Motorsports.
It will be an incredible moment.
I wonder how many €10,000 fines will be heading your way, Mr. Joshua Birch.
6 months suspension.
Mohammed Ben Salah might actually be able to fund the FIA. Or, you know, his own bank balance. We're ready to go for stage 3 yet?
I'd say.
Jim
I'm
on the
hyped
calendar.
anyway.
The summer
Jimmy.
stretch is here. We're heading to Michigan next week, Friday. Arca,
5 a.m.
FS2. Truck qualifying Saturday. Cup practice qualifying as well. See it on Prime Video. Truck race on Fox Saturday afternoon, and Sunday it's round 15, 2 Eastern.
6, too
NASCAR
many crew members
NASCAR
over the wall
green-lit
to the
22,
rear.
no
6,
penalty.
here's
Let's
a
take a look.
CCTV replay of the 22.
Plugged in with the car, leaves the box.
Yes.
Going.
Gone.
Gone. Da-da-da-da-da. Pennzoil. one to go at the line.
Yeah, but that's cooking oil. How do you like your how do you like your
Don't go there.
Oh.
Just don't go there.
How do you like your Team Penske's cooks? Deep panned,
Well done.
crisp and even.
Record number of cautions for stage 2 here at Nashville before.
I had no clue it'd be that exciting, though. I mean, and in the 19 to go, watching the
I mean, I would rather have my cars come with a side of a team principal, but you can't with Penske.
I'd be a team manager, but
Someone's going to clip that and reorganise your audio, and I'm there for it.
Don't give them ideas.
Guys, I've saved it in the chat. Pit road, keep going.
He's been able to do everything but win.
JB can't hear
he
me,
just
Jack,
has to
now.
close. We'll see
What
if
a
he can
shame.
do it. Guys, quickly, Hocevar, the movie made on
We
Ricky
can
Stenhouse.
literally talk and JB can't hear us.
Carson Hocevar. That was a bit
I don't
over
think
the
he knows
line.
what
Right there,
definite
there's
means,
a
does he?
price when you race like that. I learned that in 2005. They told me, hey, you're building enemies here. Jack Roush sat me down and said, you're not winning this championship. The garage will not
There we
let
go.
you. He's
Hello.
right on that edge, as Letarte said. I hope he wishes he didn't do that.
Into the restart zone, ready to go. Stage 3 is green. That's right, Prime. Missed the restart. Well done. They've completely missed the restart. So, Logano on low, Blaney, Hamlin, 3 wide in the mid-pack, coming out wide. Here comes, look at that. What a restart from Byron. Byron shot up into second position on that outside line. He's taken it in as well. That was fantastic. Now he's dropped behind Blaney. 3 wide further back. Look at Kyle Busch. Is this the night he ends his winless streak in the Cup Series?
no.
Well, I was
Sorry,
trying to-
Bush fans.
Trying to build
Track
something up
clear.
there.
Clear in 3, issues in 3, but clear. And we've gone yellow.
Yeah, they're not clear then. That's why.
Oh.
Oh!
It's the 60 again.
That was
Ryan Priest is backwards at turn 2. So the yellow flag comes out. He just lost it. It's just such a simple spin to lose it and put it backwards. Let's head down to the Prime team.
Deja vu.
Yeah, this
C'est la vie.
this has been something tonight. Last year was chaos in the final stage, but it started early in this race, and I think this will be a long stage 3.
Shut
a
up,
lot of
Darryl.
drama.
Junior, that's enough from you.
Like this dirty air.
Heard the comment of dirty air, so right there
Yeah, it's
is
got
Priest
it.
off into turn
Yep,
1,
it's gone.
out of the gas.
Oh,
And he just loses the back.
so that's the dirty air I think we're hearing, right?
Yeah.
He hadn't experienced that looseness, gets in there, loses the downforce from underneath the car, back comes out of the racetrack.
Yeah, we saw this all last year, too, in this race, riding on board. He stands in the gas, so smart. And that really keeps that car from sliding up into the wall even harder. So he tries to drive the car in the throttle down the racetrack, hoping to lessen that hit or impact with the wall, and he does that. That's why he's able to roll away, hoping to not have too much damage. When you spin the car around backwards, you want to stand in the throttle and slow down that rate of the car accelerating into the wall.
I just look over at the live points. Stenhouse is there. Priest is there. All of these drivers came in with big question marks when it comes to the standings, and they face some challenges this evening.
So just having a look here at the next race in Michigan. On air at 2 p.m. There's no Xfinity, but there
There's
is
Arco.
trucks.
You know I love my Arca.
Trucks is at 12. And then Mexico, there's no trucks, but there is Xfin. Pocono, they're all there. I don't think I'm with you for Pocono. I'm at Alton Park.
Off of BTCC.
Yes.
Nice. I'll keep an eye out for you on the TV pictures.
line up. 3 past 66. Then it's the 22, 12, 24, 43, 11, 77, 1, 8, 2, 20, 41, 23, 9, 45, 5, 71, 38, 99, 19, 18, 16, 7, 3, 35, 10, 17, 6, 54, 21, 42, 44. Pit road open. 1 or 2 takers. Racetrack is ready. Quicker yellow.
I will be around where Steve Ryder is at the end of the day to say goodbye. We're having a party.
A work event.
Yes, that's it.
I'm hoping people get that joke.
Yeah. We're socially distanced, don't worry. Say la vie.
See, that's a superstition right there, you could say.
Earnhardt, the documentary, now
Very
streaming on Prime. All
superstitious.
4 episodes.
Okay, someone got it.
Outstanding, Dale.
Yeah, we're getting tons of great feedback, and everyone who watches it, all my friends, family, everybody texting me, sending me all kinds of great comments about it. Hope everybody will check it out.
Man, I've known you for years, and I'm learning stuff. It's such, I mean, it's such a great one.
Don't listen to it much, do they?
And now our Napa know-how moment.
51 penalty,
Yeah, right now
51
we're
to the
under
rear.
caution because of the crashes, and you provided you opportunities on these restarts to gain spots, but also to try to survive.
Being Cody
we saw
Ware,
last
that's
year how
penalty.
many cars did and didn't survive those late race restarts. That'll be important as this race closes into the finish.
Fuel, fuel, fuel. How much you got? How much can you save? A year ago, Joe
Wanna
Logano
go.
went 110 laps to win this race. I look at the leaders. I think some are short. Some have more than others. I'm going to give you a name. Zane Smith, all the way back at 17th. Slow pit stop. He might be the only one on the lead lap full of fuel.
And he finished second in this race last year, just kind of finding his way, very comfortable at this track. We're getting set for the green flag, but we were talking standings, and there's been so much movement. But go right down to the cut line. Grease +2, Buscher -2, Stenhouse at -2, 4 points back, Hocevar, Allmendinger. I mean, it's incredible how tight it is. And look at Kyle Busch, +10, got 7 spots on that last pit stop.
AJ Allmendinger started the day with a stop-and-go penalty after an infraction. He's up to 21st. Like, this could be the day. If he makes the playoffs, they may think all the way back at Nashville that made it happen. These restarts, Dale, you talked about it. William Byron has been making this a clinic of 3 wide top in 1 and 2. He did it from row 4. He did it from row 3. Right here, he jumps to the outside of Jones, clears him off the corner. He's starting bottom this time. The question is, did Aaron Jones take a note? Will Eric Jones, who's now starting outside row 2, will he take it the outside? NASCAR Insights has Byron #1 on restarts today. It's obvious when you look at the
Pit road clear,
Well,
coming
he's
to
chosen
the
the
green.
inside line.
Right, here we go then. Let's hope this time we can actually stay into a green flag situation because we want to get this done ASAP. Logano, Blaney, Byron, Jones. Green flag's out. We're racing again here at Nashville. Okay, much better. Low line. Oh, that's a merge I don't like to see. 4 wide. Blaney's on the high line. Swings around the outside of Logano. Still 4 wide in the mid-pack. Chase Elliott's in the middle of that, as well as the 2 of Austin Cindric. And this is usually where we see it contend. And there we are. A little snap in the middle of the pack, but everyone just got away with that one this time by.
That was Reddit, I believe.
Yeah, Reddit got through and nearly had a snap. Jack, that was close, but they've all made it through 1 lap. Well done, boys. Now just getting in line.
How to make it through the second lap? Eric Jones. Wait. When did Eric Jones get to the front? When did this happen?
He's shot up to 3rd position with some awesome
Second
speed.
now.
He's past Logano. The high line, Logano's going to try and sweep in low, so he'll close it back. So that high line working, and Toyota Power getting some good love here. Denny Hamlin is directly behind. He's going to help push his Toyota Compadre up the field. Now we move on. Lap 200 of 300.
4th on the restart after.
Yeah.
4th on the restart.
And he's going strong,
Shall
isn't he?
Shall I say something about the legacy? Oh, Logano might not appreciate that block.
No, he's not going to like it. He's immediately throwing the car back up the inside line, coming through
Logano,
full.
you do that yourself, but anyway.
It's Logano, he doesn't really care. Look, he's already battling the side. He's hit the door twice, and here he is again for the 3rd time over the line. And Jones is not going to hold out this time, but he's going to bring Hamlin and Byron in with it.
3rd on lap 190.
Wow.
And was 5th on lap 184.
He's done well there. Fair play to him. A
Was
3-time winner.
3rd on lap 174. So he's been up there a while.
Yeah, so he's been just avoiding our signals.
Yeah, I've just clearly not noticed him. Fair play to him. 3-time Cup Series winner, obviously. And holds Legacy's only win. They weren't known as Legacy at the time, though, but technically, yeah, he holds Legacy's only win.
That's mad to think it's the only one.
And they've been good this year, to be fair. Like, the last 2 years, they've been kind of floundering around at the back. This year, they've been pretty solid, to be honest. Mainly Nemechek. Nemechek's having literally a career best season. It's great to see for him, even though I am not the biggest Nemechek fan myself, but it is really good to see him doing well. Because I truly believe he's cup level talent.
Please tell me where John Hunter Nemechek is in this race.
30th.
30th.
Yep.
If they run a normal corner, it'd be fine.
Alright, calm down.
I don't know what the 11 and 43 are doing.
They don't like it, do they? Sweary on the radio.
And that's a £240,000 fine.
Oh, God.
In the 6th spot. Going to try to run down Byron there, and more impressive laps being turned by the 7-7 car. Blaney up the racetrack, or I'm sorry, Hamlin up the racetrack right there, trying to get a run on the 43s, looking a little bit low right here, trying to do exactly the same thing the 22 of Logano did earlier on the 43, trying to get that side draft working right on the corner here.
Oh, he's there. He's close enough to affect the 43 straight line speed. You see it as the 43 comes back past the 11.
Nothing he can do about it. And then he's going to drive up the racetrack and try to take his line away. Gosh, that's frustrating. But he's got to do it. And look what it does. It slows the 43 down. Here comes Byron to the inside. Now the 43's vulnerable to lose another spot here.
What the 11 did right there is no different than when you're fighting traffic leading a sporting event and just nobody will let you out of the parking lot. He literally just rolled right up in front of him like, no, man, you are not going. I am shutting this air off.
Dropped back
Sometimes
again.
the score of the game dictates if you can get out or not. You know? If your team wins, you're like, yeah, bud, I'll let you in. If your team loses, you let nobody in.
That's right. They're 170 miles an hour and they're bad. Their team lost. We're not doing it.
Also, up his way in the field right now, Larson, who's been near the back most of this race, has just broken into the top 10, just past Kyle Busch for 9.
Yeah, that one mistake 2 hours ago, literally, it's like, he's in the first 18 minutes of the race where he snapped wide and
Then he had
got back.
to pit multiple times.
Yeah, he's now running.
Times due to other issues.
He's now what? He's 9th ahead of Kyle Busch. The two Kyles running together right now. That's a better surprise.
Able to get the speed out of this 43, but you got to give Jimmy Johnson and this team a lot of credit. They've really worked to try to make hires and improve this team and make changes to get the speed and performance. And I'm really surprised by how Legacy Motor Club has been able to run well this year. Place these cars every now and then, either Nemechek or Jones, finds themselves in the top 10. They run there all night long. This is very impressive for these cars to have this kind of speed.
I had a long conversation with Jimmy about that. He said he knew it was about the people with his experience with Chad at Hendry Motorsports. He just didn't know, Marty, how hard it was to find those people and to build a long-term culture, and that was his goal at Legacy Motor Club.
And Steve, you guys make a great point. I talked to Eric Jones about that and sort of building what Legacy Motor Club can be. And he said, you know what I love best about it? I have a voice now, and people want to know what my opinion is as we build the team forward. That's very important to me as the team leading driver. I asked his crew chief, Ben Bayshore, what's your fuel situation? He said, we did not wait on fuel. I don't care. I wanted the track position. We'll make it up later, Kim.
For William Byron running in the 5th position, I asked Rudy Fugle kind of where they thought they were as we dive into the second half of the regular season. He said the first half we were consistent. We scored a lot of points. We were great. The goal for the second half, keep it up, sneak up, and score some more wins. Currently, William has scored the second most points of the day. They did wait slightly on fuel, not as much as some other drivers, but Rudy said we should be good to go in terms of splitting this final stage.
And here's what you like about William Byron and the opportunity to go out and win races is they're in this position every week. I know they didn't win last week, but you lead 283, you win 3 stages. Tonight they're in the game, top 5 all night long. When you keep doing that, knocking on the door, eventually it opens up. Win number 2, no doubt, is just around the corner. Right now, it's Ryan Blaney leading in Nashville.
And that's Logano going around the outside. He's under attack with Hamlin on the low line. This is over 2nd and 3rd position coming out into the tri-oval section. And they're just blowing it all out of proportion. Fuel window and tyre windows are going to come open soon, JT. At least another, 2 stops left? 1 for fuel, maybe 2 for tyres. So 3 stops in total in the last stage in green flag running.
possibly. We'll see. Hamlin up the inside of Logano now. Still trying to get second place away from him. He'll get it in towards turn 3, but will Joey Logano fight back down the outside? No, he won't. He'll slot back behind Denny Hamlin. And, well, I guess because we're going over the front stretch, I'll throw to you now because it's not Seth anymore. That was yesterday.
How was that actually commentating with Seth?
It was fun.
I haven't done one for ages. Top bloke.
That was my first US Ren broadcast, I believe, without you or Matthew.
Yeah, I thought it was. When I heard what the commentary team would be, because Matthew was on basketball and I was on Formula E, that got rescheduled. And I heard
it was literally me and Seth.
I was like, oh, that's it's like Martin Butler and David Coulthard getting in the commentary. And I thought, oh, that's
it was
fun.
Seth, front stretch 1 and 2, and then it was me back stretch 3 and 4.
So Seth has led a JBM USRN team commentary? Wow. That's the one thing that we didn't think he'd ever do. I shall pass on my congratulations to him.
And with what Matthew said yesterday, I won't say what he said exactly, but with what he said, it was possibly not the last time that will happen.
Oh, lovely. Anything to give me and Matthew some breaks.
You having a break? No, you'll be on a different broadcast, of course.
Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah, Megan she's asked me, when do you get a break? And I said, when's Christmas? Knowing Jess, she'll try and put me on an e-sport or something like that as well.
Hungry is Monaco without walls. Leclerc, hold my Ferrari.
I really enjoyed the Spanish Grand Prix today, actually. As well.
Alright, complete topic change. Summarise the Chinese E3 weekend in one sentence.
I was sleeping.
Solo. There you go.
That was one word. Have like a sentence.
You said in one word?
I said one sentence.
Oh. Saturday was
48 back in the race.
Oh, lovely. Saturday was very much normal, interesting pit boost, very good. Asterisk.
Comma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday, soaking wet. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, angry face emoji, lightning emoji, cloud emoji, gun emoji, coffin emoji, skull face emoji.
Alright.
Sleepy face emoji.
Side by side, the 45 with Reddick and Bell getting very close. They're trying not to join the NASCAR Space Force, and they
Ryan Priest, of course, is the honorary member.
I was about to make the exact same joke as well.
I saw a crash in the, I believe it was the midgets yesterday.
We can't call them that, JT.
They are midget sprint cars, though.
Let that out of context, please.
That is literally their name.
Okay, you're digging yourself into your own hole, Kim. No, sorry, it's Marty.
Larson is sitting in 9th after 7 stops today for this 5-team. A lot of work under caution on this car, going under the front hood at one point to make several large adjustments to the 5 car. And as Cliff Daniels promised, he told me earlier today, it might take us all night long, but we'll be up there. And guess who was the 3rd fastest car on the racetrack on that last lap? Yes, Kyle Larson. Night not over for the 5-team. And Junior, didn't you start the night by saying this team is scrappy? They'll eventually find a way. Well, they've done it.
Yeah, I didn't think any of us wanted to count them out, and they have done it the hard way. There's not a lot of speed in this race car, but they've been patient and smart. Championship team, this is what you do. This is how you win championships, is taking a bad car and getting a good run with it. Another driver that's having a pretty good night is 41 of Cole Custer, right there in 14th place. You know, Stewart Haas Racing now to Haas Racing. It's been a tough couple of years for this program and this team. We really didn't know what to do. A lot of turmoil, and they've been able to really
tell me the
struggle on the
talkback
racetrack
system
and put
failed
cars out
then.
there trying to figure out what can make Cole comfortable, and they're grinding one out tonight, trying to get a top.
Then what? Then what? Dear me, they're all losing their minds. Don't worry, next weekend we go back to a regular hourd broadcast, not this night crew. Look, my GT Omega chair, I swear it needs tightening. It's rocking a bit.
So-
JT, does yours rock?
Yes, but they're meant to.
The back, like it's not screwed together. They rock.
Yeah.
Even when they're not supposed to. Like mine's moving. Like just,
Anyway,
just pull it.
you have.
When it's up, without just pull the back of it. Like, does it move? Can you see mine? Look?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. I want to know if that was normal or not before I start panicking.
Mine is probably worse than yours. Like, let me get the national point stand. They have the USAC Silver Crown Championship, the AMS Oil Sprint Car National Championship, and the NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship. I wasn't making stuff up.
They call them midgets.
They call them midgets.
Get that one out of context too, please.
In the UK, we call them ninja carts.
That's a much cooler name. I'm sorry.
Well,
But
I quite like that, to be fair.
the ninja carts in the UK are for the juniors, like 6 to 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
Then they go up into modifieds and Brisker F2s, Brisker F1s when they're adults for like the dirt tarmac racing. But after ninja carts, they have micro F2s, which is a step up. Junior Super 2s, which hold on. Let me get a picture of a.
The only dirt racing I actually watch, by the way, is like high limit racing. I occasionally tune into that whenever it's on, because I mean, that series is amazing, by the way. Definitely check it out.
I just created a new NASCAR logo. Do you want to see it?
Go on.
Okay.
Nice. Oh my god, I've just found out that we have midgets in the UK and they are physically called midgets.
That needs to be quoted as well.
I'd just like to apologise to
the Grand Prix midgets, which date back to the 1930s, the cars and the formula.
Look, JT, we already have a form of racing for midgets in this country. It's called the Grand National.
Okay. Okay.
Was that a talkback?
No, it wasn't. It's on.
I was going to say that wasn't on talkback. Oh no. Alright, Twitter reputation, it was nice having you.
In all honesty, hey, I can make those jokes because my mum's cousin was a jockey. So I grew with it. I can make those jokes. Plus, have you seen the size of my mother? We were just going to blow away in the wind. She's tiny. No, it's a good race so far, isn't it? Really. I think it's one of the most. It's not relying on itself too much. This one, is it? We know what we're going to have with pit stops coming soon. So they're all just playing the game. They're on their own, they're playing for the time, and it's running out.
I'm cooking something, hold on.
Let this man cook. I'm going to read a bit of the chat, by the way. Adam, I'm just going to call you Adam. I can't pronounce your surname. I'm too tired. Sorry.
It's Adam Lemrys.
Yeah, there you go. I'm too tired to pronounce surnames. Sorry, guys. He says, does JB need a coffee?
I need sectioning.
Yeah, I've known that for a while. Matthew Breckshot says he's praying for no 5 overtime restart. Well, guess what, mate? We're getting 10 this time.
Right, do you want to be fired? I've been on air for longer than I can remember.
In all reality, I think we're going to get no overtime restarts, like genuinely. I don't think we're getting any.
I think this time we're all going to be okay and we're just going to get to the end of the race and then we'll all go.
And you remember that Cody Ware's in the field.
And then we all start screaming because of that fact. Kind of sorts of pit road report.
Blaney at the point, lap 2 of this run. He came on the radio and said, should I start saving fuel? They said, yes, if you can, but manage the gap. Here's what he said about 20 laps ago when we saw Hamlin and Logano battling it out.
I need to know what they're doing. Are they pushing or are they saving?
No, they're pushing. Let you know if anything changes here.
So Artie trying to shorten up their pit stop, assuming we see a green flag stop for Ryan Blaney. Marty?
Kim, we told you during the last stop, Denny Hamlin had no drink system inside his car, and now also he has no helmet hose either. Listen to the radio.
I lost the helmet hose again. Gotta get the interior of our car right. Unacceptable.
Denny Hamlin obviously not very happy with his team and that those 2 things inside the car have failed. So, Trevor, the entire stage 3 for Denny Hamlin, he'll have no fresh air and no fresh water either.
Oh, well, Marty, for the 22 car, as I've followed them all day, there's been nothing spectacular about this car. Joey's just been mediocre, said he's fighting loose on the long run. They're going to work on that. But in typical fashion, Paul Wolf and that 22 pit crew have figured out a way to get track position for Joey Logano, and he's fighting for everything he's got to hang on to it. They've been around 10th on average lap times, though.
Lap times are good for Logano. We just heard Kim talk about Blaney saying, hey, should I save fuel? What is everybody else? All of these crew chiefs is watching all the data for all the different teams to know how hard they are pushing. So if we take a peek at Blaney and how much fuel he's burning, take a look at our burn bar, miles per gallon. This is basically a 4.5 miles per gallon is how far the 12 can go. And each team calculates this on all the other competitors. We calculated it on all drivers in the field over the first stage, and we kind of get a little bit of a glimpse. If this 12 is trying to stretch it to the finish, we would see that MPG go up. He probably could get to 5.5, even 6 miles per gallon if he was going to stretch this run. But currently, he knows he has to pit, so he's saving a little bit of gas. You see the bar's not full. He's just trying to shorten that next pit stop.
Does all the data add or relieve stress for the crew chief?
Well, it relieves stress when it works, but when it goes away, the stress spikes out of control because, you know, it's like your internet at home. It's really, really good till it stops working and then everything crashes. That's what these teams have really leaned on.
You know, we talked about Trackhouse and how they came out of the 600 looking really good, made some gains in performance. They haven't had a great season up until the last week or two. This driver right here in this 88, Shane Van Gisbergen, has really shown out the last couple of races. He had pretty good speed last week in the 600.
Top 15.
Yes, he's worked really hard to try to improve on the ovals. Here's another good night right there, passing Briscoe, taking away 19th position in this 88.
And hey, 4 of the 13 races, 4 of the next 12 actually after tonight on road courses, right? But between now and the playoffs, that is a huge opportunity for that group to go out and win a race, put themselves in the playoffs.
You have to wonder how much of a leash this 88 and Shane was on, because of how long would he be allowed to sort of adapt and learn?
Right, JB.
You're starting to see.
Yeah.
Stage 3 podcast.
Yes, we've got green now for 30 odd laps.
Okay, can you see my screen? Hold on. Let me just share it. Right, this is a little look into the ladder of short oval racing in the UK. You start off with these ninja carts.
Hang on. Right, go.
Right, you start off with these ninja carts. The coolest things ever, they're so fast. Then, after ninja carts, micro F2s.
This is where he sets me up, and he's got a really embarrassing picture of me somewhere in the mix, by the way.
Junior stocks carts. Or Junior Mini Super 2s.
Oh, I've driven those.
Then, as we have the 43 of Eric Jones on pit road.
He needs $1 what he needs.
And then the adult formulas are Grand Prix midgets.
So that's the midgets he was on about.
Yes, but these are the UK versions of the US ones, and they do look kind of similar. Mod stocks.
Oh, they're good.
Oval track legends, which you might recognise.
I do. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Rebels, which are basically oval track legends with cool
now
stars.
my mate Danny's got one of those in his workshop. I've sent you a picture. Do you remember?
Yep, Rebels. Stocks karts, which are basically go-karts, but fast go-karts and for dirt.
Yeah.
And they're the coolest thing ever, pit road, and we'll go back.
Said it was finally rotating. Balance did slightly go away during the later portion of this run for fresh Goodyear tires. You see that second can of Sunoco fuel. Michael McDowell on the bottom, teammate to Carson Hocevar. They've had a pretty good day. Just overall looking for a little bit more grip as they put on fresh tires and put Goodyear fuel in that car.
The one car coming in for 4 tires and fuel here. They need it. Wasn't not full there on fuel, so they need to pit a little bit early here to try to shorten that time. Ross has been fighting the back of this car. Nashville, typically a great track for him, but a little struggle today, running in the 7th position when he came down pit road.
As they make green flag pit stops, look at the delta. Blaney 3 seconds in front of Hamlin. Here comes Logano, Trevor.
Joey Logano hitting pit road as well. Felt like the rear of that car was really starting to fade there, so you wanted an adjustment to be able to go after that 12 car. Paul Wolf felt like they got it full, even though that fuel can disconnected at the end.
See right there, Jack drops 22 leaves. That's the efficiency of the
it.
stop before, and Logano sitting on the track that paid off, Marty.
Back in the game for Kyle Larson. He said his biggest complaint now is too free on the entry of turn 1 for fresh Goodyear tires. Also Sunoco fuel to get Larson to the end of the race after a miraculous recovery from the back of the field several times into the top 10.
Speaking of recovery, Bubba Wallace's recovery continues. Trevor, in pit road in front of you.
Yes, sir. The track are freeing up for Bubba Wallace. He wants to be a little bit tighter here. But, man, this recovery for this team, you can hear it in his voice that he's proud of what they're doing right now.
Here's what I would say to Ryan Blaney. When you make a pit stop here, do not speed. Your advantage, 3.6 seconds. You can't have a miscue in this situation and give up the advantage.
And think of how many cars missed pit road during practice. We saw, what, 5 or 6 cars? Right. Blaney was one of them running the bottom. We'll see when they decide to come. He's kind of catching traffic. Oh, we're going to catch it live. Here it is. Blaney looking left. Tires look good. Nothing locked up. Man, great smooth entry for Blaney. We'll see if the timing matches the look. He's going to come down to service chase in front of his crew for the 12. He just cannot have any miscues. You got to have tires tight. More importantly, fuel enough to make it to the finish, Kim.
Yeah, and that car for Ryan Blaney's biggest complaint was it built a little tight on the long run, but it starts to work its way back to neutral. He slides it into the box. The crew's going to go to work. We'll see how long this stop is. Right side tires go on. 4 fresh Goodyear tires. You see that second can going in for Ryan Blaney.
Second can going in, and you saw not a long wait on fuel, but a little, right? You'll see a 10.5-second stop. I think everything's successful for Blaney. He'll go back on the racetrack. I think he has to feel good about it. Now the question is Hamlin, Byron, the other cars up front, what they do. Kim, 19, also on pit road.
Chase Briscoe getting his service with 51 laps to go. Christopher Bell in as well. Marty?
Adam, speaking of rallies, how about Christopher Bell after the spin? We've talked about it a few times. They come down pit road in the top 10, said the car just a little bit tight. He feels like the track is also taking a swing to the tighter side as well, pitting with 50 laps to go here in Nashville.
Byron was second. Now he makes his pit stop. Hamlin leading Cindric on track. Kim, here's the 24.
Rudy Fugle had told his driver, we are going to go a little bit long on this. Just Byron complaining tight, late entry to center, loose off. He just needs it to last longer for these last 50 laps is what he told the crew.
See right here, Blaney going down into turn 1. Byron still leaving pit road. I show you, normally we show this very close blend. It isn't close because Right here, Ryan Blaney did just what you want him to do, Adam. No trouble on and off pit road, very, very clean. It's really just a question of the cycle now. Hamlin out here running long. What does he want? He wants a caution because Logano's a lap down. Blaney would probably get his track position back. He's still in the lead lap, but it'd be a huge advantage for Hamlin to come, pit, put 4 tires on it, and all the fuel required under yellow.
Right, let's go back to JT then, as the pit stop cycle so far has ended. JT, what have you got for us right now then?
I'm just prepping the next one, so hold on.
Okay, well, we'll go back to the battle screen then and tell me when you're ready. As we see, Hamlin leads this race, 13 seconds to Austin Cindric, and then everybody else starting to fly through. Jack, the big thing about this race now is that 47 to go. This is the last time in pit stop of the race because there's only 20 minutes left.
Yeah, we haven't got long to go. I might actually get to bed before 4 a.m.
Oh, you've done it now. You've done it now. You are cursing us. We are on a quick off, by the way, because we are all shattered after a very busy weekend. Busier than we were at the Coca-Cola 600. Because somebody
that was an excellent race as well.
Coca-Cola was good. I enjoyed that one a lot.
And this has been a pretty solid race, in all honesty.
It's been
not been.
Yeah.
It's not been necessarily like blockbuster or anything. It's just been one of those nice barn burner races that's definitely piqued my interest, but it's also not like an incredible like NASCAR classic.
I think we'll get the classics coming up as we get closer to the end of the playoffs. We're now in the second half of the regular season, and don't forget the regular season stops for the in-season tournament that starts soon.
Yay. I'm not going to be keeping track of that.
We're going to have to. It's part of the regulation.
True.
It's going to be annoying, though.
I'll see if I can keep track. I'll see. But as well as that, you know what race I am excited to commentate on this season?
Oh, which one?
All Martinsville Xfinity.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
That is going to be Demolition Derby, and I am so here for it. It's the one race every year where driving standards just go out of the window, and I love it.
I do start to wonder if agreeing to do Trucks Xfinity and Cup Series this year was like a kiss of death. Marty.
Point Steve, and that was very well timed for the 11 because he hit the switch on the backstretch. We heard that radio live. Now they're going to take only the fuel they need, waiting just a little bit. Chris Gale finally says go. We'll see where he cycles out with the 12 car.
So he's going to cycle out behind the 12 cars with the start-finish now. But remember, he also has a little bit fresher tire. Will that pay off over the last 44 laps? So there goes what will become the race leader. There are other cars we haven't pitted. So Blaney, first car can make it on fuel. On board with Hamlin. There's Hocevar in the 77. Great shot. Hamlin sees that too. He's like, oh man, I got to get the 77. He knows these other cars he has to know, but out in front of Logano, out in front of Jones, out in front of Byron. So the pit stop cycle for Hamlin, running long, fresher tire, yet didn't lose a lot of positions on the racetrack. I think that's a plus for Gale. Now he has at least a plan or a chance to outrun Blaney if his car falls off.
Yeah, Blaney's well clear, and you saw Hocevar go by. Hocevar has actually run a little bit quicker than Blaney on some laps. 43 laps to go. He's got
Austin Dillon needs a lap.
Run down that 12 car.
Wow.
Generational moment right here.
You feeling all right there, Jack? Bit lightheaded or anything?
What is happening? Are we dreaming? Well, sorry, nightmare. Never mind.
Car was stuck in 5th gear for much of the end of that run. He said he can downshift, but he has to use the clutch, so he's been busy behind the wheel. We'll see how this exit of pit road looks like. It looked pretty clean there for a guy who's been struggling with a transmission this evening.
And Dale, using the clutch to downshift has to be so foreign to these guys that don't have to do it any other time, right?
Yeah, for sure. Another lap right there where Hocevar just about almost half a second faster. Or sorry, a couple tenths faster than Blaney.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's go down to JT. He's got some more info. Go on, mate.
Okay, so continuing the UK short oval racing pyramid, you've got these. And then you've got the mini Super 2s, which are also the Super 2s, but the junior Super 2s are the same cars as the Super 2s, but they're 3 different formulas, and it's all confusing, but they're the same cars. Just different age groups. I think one's like 10 to 12, 12 to 15, and 16 plus.
Right.
They're the same cars. Okay. These are the UK modifieds, which you will recognise in the US. They're just the UK version of them. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hello, JB.
Oh, for God's sake.
Then you've got the Brisker F2 stock cars, which is the second league. And then you've got these, which you are fully aware of, JB.
Yes, our still ears are ringing.
Yeah. The big boys, Brisker F1 stock cars. But then you've got the Brisker V8 hot stocks, which are just cheaper F1s and different. But then, keeping it NASCAR related, you've got the Junior, that's another of V8 that's on shale, because that one's on tarmac. You've got the Junior American Cup cars, and you've got the American Cup cars.
Oh, they're cool, aren't they?
Let me get the Junior.
By the way, Austin Dillon is not only leading a lap, he's extending to Brad Keselowski and to Josh Berry. They're still closing in at the moment.
Oh, and yes,
Oh,
the,
hello. 3 wide at the backstretch.
The Ninja Karts rolling lap music before they go green is the Benny Hill music. It is.
Yes, you showed me that.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the Junior American Cup cars.
They do look cool, and the UK get them.
So,
Actually, to anyone watching
these-
is in America, do you get this as well? The same things that we do over here with
and
the banger
so
racing.
you've got the Mini Cups UK and the Pro Grand UK series, which came over from the US.
They do
which
have
are-
demo derbies here, by the way. In the US, they do.
the demo
Yes,
derbies.
they do.
I'd love to do one of
Legends
those.
Cars. Yeah, they have Legends cars, Allison's.
Philippa
what
Sue?
else is there?
Jennifer?
What?
Oh, never mind.
I won't get it.
It's a beautiful South
They
joke.
there's karts. What else do we have?
Jennifer, Alison,
Bandoleros.
Philippa Sue, Deborah, Annabelle too. You don't get that joke. You don't get it.
We've got, lots of different categories in local short track racing. I only really watch the Cars Tour and Wheeler Modified, so.
I am
So
working
the Mini
with
Cups, JB,
Yeah.
are half-scale NASCAR Nextel Cup cars.
Oh, Nextel.
And the Pro Grands, which came over from the US, and there is a Pro Grand USA series, are baby Grand stock cars, and they are 2/3 scale Winston Cup cars.
12's got loose. 12's got loose. Keselowski's in the lead, by the way. Dylan has entered pit road. So we've got a couple going wide there. Blaney nearly had a moment. Cheers, JT. I like that. Only 4
I
to go.
have something to say quickly, and that's gonna raise something like some eyebrows here. Do you know who is second out of the cars who's pitted?
Who?
Carson Hocevar.
Oh, God.
And he's running faster times than Blaney.
Hocevar could just do this as well. Gap 4 points.
Come on, Carson.
4 seconds. Right, here we go. Let's catch up with the team.
Oh my God, dude. One down, so he's not giving it up. So you don't want to be dogs. Try and just keep digging here.
That was when the
Doing everything
12
I
was...
can to get you help. So I just throw him off the stand.
That's
He wants to throw his spotter off the stand. That was a spotter.
That's the 12 getting loose.
Tim Fita was an
And
outstanding
I love
spotter.
Blaney mad moments. They are incredibly entertaining.
He's just going for it. He's nuts.
It's the kind of guy you want up on top of the stand that knows what it's like to be
Hamlin,
inside that car
by
and
the
have
way,
a
is
coffee.
also eating chunks out of Blaney's lead as well. I don't think Blaney's safe here at all.
No.
I think Hocevar is going to get there. I think Hamlin's going to get there.
Time is closing, and it's literally of the essence.
Over and now he works with Ryan Blaney. He has really found the sweet spot.
And now we're in that emotional point where that bright yellow Menards paint scheme is so good for a spotter, but it is absolute motivation for Carson Hocevar. Because here you are on board, but look up in the distance. You see that bright yellow paint scheme. Hocevar knows that's the guy. He has the clean air. He can see it. He can taste it. All of that, rough driving, everything people call him out, wins, make it all go away. If he can win the race, it proves to Carson that his style is working.
And now this is truly the battle for the lead because Keselowski made a pit stop, so did Berry, so did Austin Dillon. Everything is cycled through. Blaney just under 3 seconds in front of Hocevar, and Hamlin inside of 4 seconds back.
Blaney just about 3/10 slower than Hocevar. Still trying to get through lap traffic, but behind Blaney, look at all these cars. That's the cars. And now Hocevar has to find his way through. And then he will slide into the clutches of Hamlin, who has better tires. Here's riding on board the FanDuel camera on the roof of Hocevar's car.
Those better tires you point out, Dale, I think it's more than lap time. You know, we talk tires aren't a huge advantage. I don't think they are just how fast you can go, but I do think it makes a big difference on how fast you can pass. I think those fresher tires allow you to get the car to that quarter panel that we've been talking about and make the passes quicker.
29 laps to go. Less than 15 minutes time a day for Blaney to ride this thing out and get his first win of the year. All of his teammates have already been to victory lane this year.
Blaney was 3/10 slower that lap. And so when they came back out on the racetrack in the middle of the pit cycle, it was about 4, maybe a little more than 4 seconds between these two drivers. It's now down to 2.5 seconds. This traffic, though, in front of Hocevar is going to really challenge him to continue to close that gap. And here comes that blue car back there, Denny Hamlin. He's mad, he's hot, uncomfortable.
By the way, early congratulations to Denny Hamlin and his fiancee Jordan, because they're expecting a baby boy anytime. We didn't even know Hamlin was going to race here tonight, right? Yeah. So he goes home, could have a new baby here this week, and we offer our congratulations before it even happens.
This will be a battle here shortly. The 77's going to start to struggle a little bit with those cars in front of him.
Sometimes, though, once you're a lap down, I don't know if you mean to, but I've seen drivers kind of just give up, not give up, but allow a driver pass easier than the leader. Because remember, when Blaney passes you, that's putting you a lap down. Hocevar or Hamlin, you're already a lap down.
Hocevar is now struggling, running 30-30s. He's lost about 2/10 in the last lap or two to his lap time.
But Hamlin not. Still a 30-18 out of Hamlin.
Go.
I'm guessing you know that the Brisk F1s run NASCAR-style Chevrolet unlimited power V8 engines.
And it's cool, isn't it, if I remember correctly?
Just don't have a tyre explode
right
and kick up all the shale at full RPM right in front of you.
Oh, we'll see what
it
happens.
hurts.
Hey, look, my white shirt's still black after what happened the other week.
Losing tons of points to the bubble there, cut line. And
close call for the 88 SVG. Had a great run last week, 14th in the Coca-Cola 600, NASCAR's longest race. Well, look at this big correction. Bad arrow spot, big loose. That was almost the yellow that Blaney didn't want. Currently running in the 24th position. That got his attention without a doubt.
Across the wake of that lap car, it's like just shutting all the downforce off of the car immediately. Like a
Hocevar is losing speed currently compared to Blaney. I don't see Hocevar getting to him now. I do possibly see Hamlin though if he can get past Hocevar quick enough.
Gap's 2.4.
Blaney's been screwed out of a lot of wins recently. But believe it or not, he's not won this year.
He's never won in this circuit either.
No, he's not won this year. Oh, she's cut right up in front of Ty Dillon.
Pushing like absolute crazy so far. No, I can't find my stat sheet where we have the finishers page. Last win, actually.
Does he also have the thing open for the white flag call and the checker flag call?
Yes, I do. Ryan Blaney's last win was at Martinsville in March last year. That's how long it's been. No, isn't that scary? Yeah, I know. Doesn't seem real almost, does it?
All came apart today when he had a penalty on pit road, but here he is back in 6th. What a recovery out of this 23 car. It may only look like a top 5 at the end of the day if he's able to get Byron in front of him for 5th, but it could have been much worse and a much needed swing of momentum after the final 3.
That 8th place finish at Talladega, the only top 10 for the organization in the last 5 races at 23-11.
And Danny put him on notice. He wants to see more out of the organization, so Bubba responding today.
Reddick was great last week, had the speeding penalty. He's had some problems here tonight. He's 11th right now as we hit 21 laps to go in the race.
And that last lap, Hocevar knocked a little chunk out of it. Oh, the 3 car way up the racetrack right there on the outside of turn 1 and 2. He's going to get the car gathered up and back down the racetrack.
Say again?
Backstretch clear.
Oh, that was close. Last thing we want is any yellows coming at this part of the race.
Break fade,
Give
break shape.
Hocevar a proper chance, though.
Is Hocevar even going to attempt to be a winner?
Oh my goodness! I don't
see
think he
right
hit
here.
the wall,
Oh, just a
Dylan.
big loose moment for the 3. You wonder if that's a breaking thing's why I bring it up. You're messing with the balance.
He got close though, didn't he? To be fair, he was
Oh, no,
right
I thought
up
he
there
was
to be
going to,
brushing
yeah.
the wall.
Yeah, jeez, Austin.
So into 20 to go. That's 10 minutes if they can run it clean.
No, I'm hopeful that they're telling Blaney, look, the lead's kind of flattened out a little bit. And they're in the same amount of traffic that you are. What you're feeling, they're also feeling back there behind the cars that they're chasing. 19 laps to go. Actually, the lead is growing a little bit.
That's a good point, Dale. Don't let the anger. You and I talk about this a lot with strategy. Hey, let the driver know what the plan is. Well, now it's not about strategy. Now it's about perspective. Let's try to reduce the anxiety of the driver who it must feel like he is getting killed on time because the 88's not getting any closer. He wants to go by him. So just, hey, man, this is the gap. You're doing great.
Can you talk about the level of concentration? We're on an 84-lap run here with a green flag pit stop sandwiched in the middle of it. So you have to execute. The margin for error is 0, and the 12 is doing it. Let's get a report from Kim.
Yeah, and right now Ryan Blaney has been quiet on the radio. The majority of the chatter has been from his spotter, Tim Fedewa, just giving him the lap cars that are in front, what he's going to have to do to get around them. But let's look at Carson Hocevar running that second position. Yes, would he love to win this race? Absolutely, but bigger than that, they have been fast this year, that they just have not had the finishes to show for it. Variety of issues, 2 fuel pumps, 2 engines, some bad luck during green flag stops. A lot of stuff has gone wrong, and Carson told me he always goes into these races in the last 50 to 80 laps thinking what's going to happen now. So a second place finish, despite losing a win, would still be a big day for this team.
You know, Tim, it's a great point of what the 77s endured. That heartbreak last week when the engine expired after such a great 2/3 of the Coca-Cola 600. But Dale, you and I talked about it. Adam, you know, that experience. We could talk about simulators and studying and notes and all those things, but sometimes you just have to do it. And last week he did it. And you see hand out the window right here. I think he's just.
He was letting the 3 go through.
For somebody who's letting him go. Yep. Oh, he's waving the 3 by right here.
Interesting.
Yeah, so right there,
I think
only
the 3
4 off the cut line.
Yeah, the 3 pitted so much later. He's got a little bit better tire, so he's trying to let him go by. He must know that he's struggling with the comfort in his race car, and he doesn't, doesn't want that 3 back there pestering him a little bit. He's trying to maintain the spot. He knows.
It's just giving the middle finger.
15 to go.
He's like, what are you doing?
Racing
frustrated.
Help with the 3.
So, who's that behind? It's not Hocevar, it's the 51 who just got the finger. Cody Ware.
Blaney, or
Blaney just gave Cody Ware the finger. He stuck it up.
the one-fingered salute, I call it.
Yeah, he flicked him in the back of the back. He's like, no, you stay behind me. You're not going through. You're not going through here. No, stay behind.
I'm going to be honest, if Cody Ware is overtaking you, there's a problem there.
Yeah. Well, Hocevar, the gap limits remained at 2.8 seconds. It's not drifting up or drifting down. It has kept just the same. So it's all eyes really on Hamlin. But Blaney's got this one in the bag. There's only 7 minutes to go. He has got this just calm and collected. Just keep on ticking them down.
I think the 77's kind of stalled out here in traffic. Now he's riding on board the National Debt Relief camera with Denny. He's not closed the gap as quick as I thought he would because he pitted so late and he's got a little bit of a tire advantage, but he's going to try to use this traffic, see if he can't get this second position away.
Dale, you and I know, though, when we get to that point in the race where we're trying to show you all the battles we see around the racetrack, but there are 1,000 of moments that we just saw with Carson with hands go up in the air. Who are at this racetrack is so frustrated with the guy in front of them that their patience is just going to snap with 12 to go.
Right there, what we saw, Denny goes to the top of the racetrack. Hey, I'm going to go get some clean air. It didn't work. Hocevar actually gained time on him. What's happened is, as we've gotten late into this race, it's gotten bottom dominant. The track's cooled off, and the cars now are feeded down the racetrack to where the grip and the speed is. You can run
10
that
to go
higher
next
line,
time, 12.
but it's not as fast just because it's more feet. And so where that was working for these teams earlier in the daylight or later in the evening, it's not an option anymore late in this race. So this will be a tough pass for Denny. A good little battle right here between these 3. Chastain, Christopher Bell, Reddick trying to claw back into it. I've seen these 45 and 20 side by side too many times for the last several laps as they keep going at it. They're kind of both hung up behind the one, and they keep trading this spot back and forth between each other.
Bell just nearly in the
Multiple laps
wall.
side by side.
Chastain not going to win 2 in a row, it wouldn't appear. But when you think about their performance connecting Saturday to Sunday, really, really finding a good space is that one team.
Well, you talk about performance, you know, when it matters most. How about performance under pressure? We well documented Denny Hamlin has a baby on the way. Due day, I think this is this weekend. He's here. It's also his 700th career start. And look at this list, the who's who of 700 starts from the Ironman Ricky Rudd at 8, Bobby Allison, Rusty, Harvick, Richard, and Jeff Gordon. No one's ever rang the bell. No one's ever gone to victory lane on their 700th career start. Denny Hamlin, currently 3rd. He would match Jeff Gordon back in Darlington, May 2013. It would be a heck of a name. You know, he's going to be on the list. It's just a question is what's the number that's going to be next to his name.
Hey, win or not, at 44 years old, he's already won a couple of times this year. What this guy is doing is just remarkable over such a long period of time. Talking about Denny Hamlin, 3rd right now. Got the fastest lap tonight. You see the stopwatch in our pylon. Xfinity will pay a point at the end of the evening for that. 8 laps to go for Blaney.
Bottom of the screen there. Looked like Reddick was putting the fight to Chastain for position. Oh, the one. Chastain loses a little bit of grip off turn 2 there. Here comes Reddick to the inside. This is for 9th. Just not the night we expected out of Chastain, but still, you know, coming off a 600 win, running in the top 10 all night with Trackhouse. I know they wanted more, but they've struggled this year. They're making some gains. We talked about SVG running better over the last several weeks at the ovals. Suarez back there in 14th.
Closing in on 5 to go.
Might lose another spot here to Christopher Bell. Looks like this one car has just lost all the tires here late in the race.
This is that moment of the race where I know drivers take absolute pride that they can find just a little more with 7 or 6 to go, right? Try to hold that one guy off 12. Or go get that 1 point.
3 wide in the mid-pack. Reddick's past Chastain.
The 66. Bell's going to try to use the pick, but 66 does a nice job. Just pulls right.
Chastain in the wall. My goodness me, he's got very close.
Down in turn 1, trying to hang on that outside, and he's going to be able to do it down the back straightaway here.
Got close
and
to that
behind
wall.
them, Kyle Busch in that number 8 car.
This thing had the hood up, unlike the second pit stop at Justin Shocks, and here he is at 12th.
They had a rough couple of weeks.
I mean, you think about everything that's gone wrong and where they are in relation to that playoff cut line.
Yeah.
If they could just get on the positive side of it, all of a sudden, second half of the regular season could be good to them. And his only top 5 this year came on the road course in Austin, Texas, Circuit of the Americas. With all these road course races, maybe that's a chance for the 8 to get it going in the right direction. 5 to go in the event tonight.
Yeah, and it's been a remarkable event, actually. It really has. It's closed in, JT. It's been nice and smooth. And a little bit of a tricky stage 2, but stage 3 got its head down, and I think a cracking race for the Cracker Barrel 400.
I see what you did there. It's been a bit of a tumbly race, you could say, just like a barrel rolling through a grassy hill. But Blaney with 3 laps to go. 3.1 seconds now, 3.2 seconds to gap.
So glad you said grassy hill and not grassy knoll. That's a whole different conversation. But I'll tell you what, though, Jack, it's going to be special for Ryan Blaney. First time in over a year he's going to be a winner.
I will add, though, quickly that Hamlin is gaining somewhat on Hocevar, but even if Hocevar does not win, this is an amazing result for that Spire team. You know, getting a 2nd place is a brilliant. I think this will be their second place of the year.
Yeah,
I think they got one at Atlanta. Great result for Carson Hocevar. That win is coming this year, I promise you.
Next time 12.
Yeah, you're right. That Hocevar at the moment's got it wrong, so it is running for Carson. It's 5/10 between it. Out of the last corner then, coming through, take me home, Nashville Super Speedway, as the white flag is in the air for Ryan Blaney to head on to the last lap here. These lines have been provided by JT. There's some classics tonight, but he's texted me. But Ryan Blaney is going to be welcomed back Well, the last time he won was over a year and a half ago. Now he's back in to the swinging ways. Nashville has been kind to him. Ain't no mountain high enough for Ryan Blaney as he crosses the line and wins the Cracker Barrel 400 here at Nashville. He's done it. His first win since last year in March.
Great job, guys. Great job all weekend. Thank you. Great bounce back from last week. Super proud of everybody, man. Here's to many more, guys. Thank you so much. Congrats, Timmy.
Good job, brother. Base hits all night. Love it.
The race has run at 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 29 seconds. JT, you've got the list from the previous years. That's one of our quickest we've done.
I don't have it open right now. I can get it open.
Yeah, it's one of our quickest, isn't it, we've done in recent years, if I remember correctly. While you do that, Jack, what do you make of it?
Yeah, decent race. Finally, Ryan Blaney got that win. That has taken him way longer than it should have. And also now Penske. Guess what? Penske now have all their drivers locked in. Austin, Logano, what's his name? Ryan, and of course a win for the Penske aligned Wood Brothers team, Josh Berry. So technically all 4 cars locked in now. So Penske can sit back and relax.
They did what they need to do. It's the first win at this circuit for Ryan Blaney as well. And the reverse goes around. Have you got the list, JT?
I am scrolling up the wrong DMs. Here it is. Last year, 3 hours, 4 cautions. 2022, I didn't count 2023 because it was rain delayed.
Yeah, I don't count.
With an hour and 10 minutes, plus with tons of...
I remember that one well. That was my first commentary.
2022 was 3 hours 35 minutes with 10 cautions. 2021 was 3 hours and 30 minutes with 11 cautions. And this year was 3 hours, 7 minutes and 24 seconds with 7 cautions.
Let's head down then to the team and join all the action with Prime.
Blaney is the 60th driver to earn 14 plus career wins in the NASCAR Cup Series.
Now get out of the car.
53 wins now for Team Penske as an organization. Tied with Junior Johnson and Associates for 4th on the all-time list.
Adam, now we can officially say welcome to the 2025 playoffs, Ryan Blaney. He made the trek to Nashville early this week, and he leaves with a spot in the playoffs. A checkered flag and a trophy. He'll find a young fan in the stands once he gets this flag to hand it to. Usually looking for a Ryan Blaney shirt, of course. And hey, why not go in the stands with the fans? Delivered personally by the race winner to that young fan. Well, I tell you, Ryan, after another frustrating week last weekend in Charlotte, were you beginning to wonder, is this ever going to happen, that you would get to the playoffs with a win?
I never gave up hope, that's for sure. And, we've had a great speed all year. It just hasn't really, been the best year for us as far as good fortune. But, the 12 boys are awesome. They stick with it no matter how it goes. And it was great to finish one out tonight.
How much did the game change for you guys on the 12 team when Hassler made the call for the 2-tire stop at the end of stage 1 and you got all that track position?
Yeah, I thought it was a good call. We drove up to 7th there in the first stage. I thought 2 tires were great. I thought my car was really good, and that really set us up for the rest of the race. So great job by him as always. All the 12 boys, appreciate what they do. Pit crew is great. Appreciate Menards, Cardell, Ford Ford Motor Company, Roush Yates engines, our discount tire, Wabash, Ward, Snap-on decks, imaging, body armor, a lot, Advanced Auto Parts. Everything what they do, it's nice that it's finally happening. So I'm ready to go celebrate.
Now, normally you don't do burnouts after a win, but Corey LaJoie loves to grade burnouts, so I'm sure he's very happy you gave him one.
I didn't think it was very good, but I don't know. Did the crowd like the burnout or not? Oh, they liked it, so that's all that matters.
They liked it, and Corey will grade it here in a little bit. Ryan Blaney wins in front of this sold-out house here at Nashville Superspeedway.
And that's where we'll call it a night as well, as it is very late. So let's get final thoughts. Jack, final thoughts from you, please, on this one.
Yeah, really solid race. Enjoyed it a lot. Finally, Blaney gets that win that locks him in, because he has been robbed of a few wins now, so great to see. And great results as well for Jones and Hocevar. Jones managing to get another top 10 for Legacy. And Hocevar, career best P2, ties his Atlanta result. Yeah, overall, pretty happy.
JT, what about you?
It was a good Nashville race. One Nashville race that wasn't absolutely littered with cautions. We actually got a proper race in. Ryan Blaney doing a Ryan Blaney thing again. And I think, from the green flag, was it another Motown masterpiece? I think it was.
I agree. It was classical. So my thanks to you two for joining me in the booth. My thanks to all of you at home. That's us done then. What a weekend. The month of May is over. Long begins the month of June. Next up, we got Thruxton and some touring car action, followed then also by MotoGP and the beginning of the 24 Hours of Le Mans with the test days. We'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.